We got major air quality issues on the East Coast. New York City, New York State is getting absolutely blasted due to these wildfires in Ontario. The videos are absolutely insane. They're calling it a hellish inferno. And wildfires happen all the time, guys. But right on cue, we got our liberal friends claiming this is climate change. And here's the best part. You know what I love about climate change? Literally anything that a liberal might be mad about. I'm not trying to drag you liberals. They can point to climate change. So right now, what's the big deal? It's like data centers, right? So now with these wildfires, a bunch of libs are coming out and being like, oh, sure, we need more data centers. Look at this. Because the implication is everything causes climate change, so just don't do things. I'm not a big fan of the data centers as it is, but I do think it's funny that it's a wildfire. So it is a big story, and we're going to cover it, talk about what's happening for you guys in New York. We also got a fire down here in West Virginia hitting D.C., and everyone's wondering why it is. The sky looks weird, and it hurts to breathe. We'll talk about that. And we got a bunch of other smaller stories, guys. But to be honest, when I saw the story that Jack Smith was spying on members of Congress and the Trump administration and things like that, it's like, yeah, I guess. We get these political stories, and we know. We got this story, Seth Moulton, he's a Democratic rep, called on people to come and fight ICE to stop them from doing their jobs following this shooting in Maine. And for the life of me, I don't understand how the Democrats and liberals keep getting away with inciting people to violence and crimes, and no one does anything about it. So we'll talk about that as well. But, we'll talk about the wildfires, I guess, first. Before we get started, we got a great sponsor for you. It is Backyard Butchers. My friends, you got to eat real meat. It's delicious. Check this out. Just four companies control the majority of America's beef supply. The largest is foreign-owned. Here's what most people don't realize. A single pound of conventional grocery store ground beef can contain the DNA from hundreds of different cattle. It's kind of gross when you think about it. I mean, it's weird to think about, like all these cows mashed together. You used to eat it. What's the solution? As Americans, we got to return to tradition, where you know who your rancher is, you know the land, you know where the meat is coming from. So you guys, you got to check out Backyard Butchers. It is the American tradition. Backyard Butchers offers premium American beef from real Texas ranchers, born, raised, and processed right here in the USA. 98% grass-fed, 2% grain-finished, no hormones, no antibiotics, no preservatives. Go to backyardbutchers.com, use promo code TIM for up to 30% off, 2 free 10-ounce ribeyes plus free shipping. And this summer, Backyard Butchers is celebrating America's 250th anniversary with a free America 250 box when you purchase a steakhouse box complete with burgers and hot dogs. Of course, the 4th of July may have passed already, but ain't nothing stopping you from whipping out that grill and having a great American burger or hot dog. Go to backyardbutchers.com, use promo code TIM. You can get up to 30% off, 2 free 10-ounce ribeyes plus free shipping. Shout out, guys. Thanks for sponsoring the show. And don't forget, you got to go join us at timcast.com. If you care about what is happening in this world and you are concerned that the future looks dim, then stand with us. Join our Discord community to be involved directly. And this is how you can be the change you want to see in this world. We got tens of thousands of members. Their membership supports this show, makes all this possible, but they also host their own shows, launch their own projects, and some have even gotten married. So if you are tired of sitting in the sidelines, doing nothing, stand up, join us. Sign up for the Discord community at timcast.com. Don't forget to also smash that like button, subscribe to this show, subscribe to this channel. Leave us a good comment, a positive review on the podcast. Joining us tonight to talk about this and everything else is Arielle Scarcella.
Hi. Been a while since I've been here.
It has been. Who are you? What do you do?
I am a right-leaning lesbian, let's say.
It's weird, right? You're a trad lesbian.
Well, yeah, I do want to get married.
I mean, I was talking about this yesterday. I was like, trad gays as like kind of a joke.
Gays. You know? It's a thing. The normal gays are making a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen Pride. It was horrible.
Pride.
Month? What'd you say?
Month?
Just Pride Day in New York City was horrendous.
Was it like naked guys?
It was queer communists everywhere. Like everywhere.
You're talking about the Knicks
as a right-leaning lesbian, I have to imagine you're like, you just want to be gay. You don't want to be a communist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to be a normal gay. Like, what happens to the normal gays that don't want to date women with peepees?
I guess it's bigotry now, but
it's considered bigotry now. So
yeah, so we're chilling. We got the boys hanging out.
I mean, I've been asking that for years. It's a very salient question.
Yeah.
Phil, I mean, I imagine you're in the same boat. Or not. Carter, you're in the same boat, right?
We don't know what he likes.
Which boat are you in exactly?
Women penis is not good.
No, yeah, I agree.
Broadly.
That's
Not a
definitely-
fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, well, unless it's a female penis, but you know.
That's what they say.
I don't even know what's
That's
happening
literally
these
what
days.
they say.
So I'm Philibonte. What's up, Carter?
What's up, Phil? What's up, Tim? Let's get into it.
Here's the news. We got this from the New York Post. Apocalyptic video shows wildfire engulfing train in hellish inferno. I like the way to describe it. There you go. Look at this. This is a train. Could you imagine? So here's what people don't realize. You can feel that fire.
Oh yeah.
People think that, like, you see this photograph.
And you're in a metal box.
Yeah, it
You're in the
feels.
train.
It feels like the fire's literally in front of you.
Yeah.
It's wild. When I was in Ferguson during the riots, we drove down West Florissant and all the buildings just engulfed in flames, and it feels like you're standing in front of a campfire in your car with the AC on. It's absolutely insane. Check this out. I think I got a video for you guys. Is this here you go. Aerial footage.
Oh wow.
And
And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send?" And I said, "Here am I. Send me."
I don't know why we need the
The music.
hard rock, but
It's death metal.
No, it's
that's
not.
not.
I
That
know.
is absolutely
To
not.
me it is.
You offended Phil.
That is not.
Was it
Here.
Screamo?
No, it was Deftones.
Is that what it was?
It was a band called Deftones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like hard rock, right?
Yeah, it's like rock.
So here, check this out. This is the fires up here in Ontario, but look at poor old New York. These communists up in Canada are smoking out Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island,
They said we'll
and
show you real
Syracuse.
communism. That's
Yeah.
what they did,
You're getting smoked out. How much you want to bet it was an arsonist again?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, I'm sure someone that's an expert on wildfires could probably chime in and explain this, but it seems like wildfires seem to only be affecting like left-wing jurisdictions recently. Like California, Canada.
You
Like
know.
you don't hear about wildfires in like,
Florida.
Alabama.
Well, I mean,
Florida.
they are swamps though, so I feel like it would be
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah, right
Like
wingers are
Wyoming, you would assume there'd be,
Okay, we could say Wyoming, sure.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true. It's pretty dry, isn't it?
I imagine it's not very wet.
I don't know if it's actually true, but the argument that you hear is that the left doesn't do maintenance of the
National parks.
forests and stuff in national parks. I don't know how true it is. You hear people talking about it with California. They like to dunk on Gavin Newsom because they don't do anything with it. And
No,
once
he builds billion-dollar bus stations that nobody sits under.
if I understand correctly, that was one of the arguments, and I don't think that this would actually turn out to be true. But one of the reasons one of the arguments people bring about the Palisades fires, like, oh, these fires start because you look at the side of the road and there's all kinds of brush down and stuff. They don't go and clean it up, and because California's so dry, it just takes a lightning strike or some idiot with a flicking their cigarette out the window or whatever, and next thing you know, the Palisades are a mess, and Spencer Pratt's running for mayor.
And Ontario, I mean, they have a conservative premier, which means he's to the left of Mamdani. He would make Mamdani
Yeah, in Canada,
moderate, yeah.
conservative in Canada. That's the whole reason why the U.S. cannot make any part of Canada the 51st state. The conservatives in Canada are like Democrats.
Well, I mean, the strategy would be offer asylum with make sure they're verifiably right wing. We take all of them in. Made will pretty much clean out the rest, and it'll be a wide open frontier at this point.
Made will
I
clean.
think that's the long-term trajectory.
Isn't it true that there are more people? Or there's Made is the third or fourth largest killer in Canada.
Probably.
It's just
What is?
Made medical assistance.
Oh yeah. I thought
Something ridiculous.
I was thinking I wasn't really paying attention. Maids. I was
Yeah,
imagining women in French cleaning outfits going around murdering people.
No, maids
Real bad
create
now.
people.
I was
mean,
like, wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
don't
they create people.
No, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking.
Rossdale too.
I was thinking that we got this big speech from Trump tomorrow, and we're going over the news for the show. And admittedly, I know that the wildfire stuff, people, when we're doing shows, we're trying to figure out what the biggest story of the day is. And it's usually something cultural, political, because that's what people care about the most. Wildfires happen. And so, we're like, we'll go with the wildfire. People are concerned about their health. And also, I don't want to chase after this stupid drama. Like, there's some, I don't know, Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro are fighting now. It's all fake. Everything's fake and gay. And actually, I feel pretty good, to be honest, because I think Trump's going to win. I feel like the Republicans are going to win in November, largely because no one cares about anything. Everyone's just kind of like, I just don't care. So that means nothing's going to stop Trump. He's going to do whatever he wants. He's going to
Fingers
come out
crossed,
tomorrow
man.
and be like, these two senators are illegitimate. They're gone.
You love to see.
And nothing will really happen if he does. He'll just take him out, and then they'll complain a little bit, and we'll be back at.
And he'll end it with, and there's aliens.
You got to do it for the
And
World
there's
Cup
aliens.
ends, because it seems like the World Cup has just been like, double XP week. It's a creative mode.
Oh, hey, that's what you can do. When Trump announces that Warnock and Ossoff are illegitimate senators, he can actually just say "and aliens," and then when he sends in law enforcement to go arrest them and remove them from office, he'll just say, but they're aliens, like they're from outer space. So nothing in the Constitution bars me from this.
That's right.
There you go.
Get them out.
I mean, it theoretically could get really weird. What's to stop a president from just like lying and saying someone's citizenship documents are not real documents?
We know very well that there is nothing that will stop a president from lying. Doesn't matter
but I'm
which
saying-
president it is.
Like Trump said he's going to come out tomorrow. What if he comes out tomorrow and he's like, Warnock wasn't born here and here's proof, and he has like a fake Kenyan birth certificate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good strat.
Even if it's not true, a lot of people are going to believe it.
Yeah, half the country's going to believe
Half
it.
the country, more than half the country.
I'd be like, I guess he's Kenyan.
Right.
Get him out of
Warnock
here.
Sounded pretty English.
Although you don't have to be American to run for office. So
No, but I mean,
it's true.
Which
a
is
shame.
really messing up New York City, by the way.
That's a shame.
Really messing
You should have to be born in America to hold
I
any
agree.
kind of public office.
I agree.
They figured it out with the president. I don't know why they didn't figure it out with the rest of Congress and the Senate. And I mean, obviously, New York is, states are going to have their own laws and stuff like that. But when it comes to federal elections, it should be very simply, if you're not born in the United States, you shouldn't be allowed, and no dual citizenship either.
Republicans, that would have solved all our problems. Ted Cruz gone, John McCain gone, Dan Crenshaw gone. Those guys all were born here. Like that would solve our
were they
problem.
Where was McCain born?
McCain was born in Panama.
But he was
Ted Cruz
born
was born in Canada, and Dan Crenshaw was born in Scotland.
But he was born to American parents on U.S. military.
It's kind of murky because it's no longer our territory.
no, that's interesting though because
Ted Cruz was born to American mom, and then Dan
hold
Crenshaw
on,
American parents.
I have a question then.
that?
With this whole 14th Amendment thing, the Supreme Court ruled that people who are here are subject to our jurisdiction. Couldn't you argue that people who are not here are not subject to our jurisdiction?
Yes.
If the argument is you don't have to be a citizen to be subject to our jurisdiction, that our jurisdiction is simply the place in which you stand, then I would argue that somebody who was born to American parents but in Canada is not subject to our jurisdiction and therefore would not be a citizen.
It's actually kind of cooked because we have people in the country that appear to not be under our jurisdiction, like a wide range of people that are scamming the government constantly. But then American citizens abroad are, because they get double taxed. We're the only country on earth that taxes our citizens while they're overseas. So if you're an American doing your thing in France or Britain or wherever, you still got to file a tax return. And if you fail to do that, if Interpol doesn't pick you up, they'll just arrest you next time you enter the country.
Right.
Shameful.
It's crazy. So it's like we torture our citizens, and then we have all these non-citizens in the country like literally
give them
doing whatever they
everything.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the federal government is very good at torturing American citizens. There's a boatload of things that U.S. citizens are subject to that no other country, or like U.S. citizens, like you don't have to show ID. To vote. Everywhere in the world, you have to show ID. Some places you have to stick your finger in, ink to prove that you voted. So you make sure that you can't stuff. So yeah, there's plenty of things that we can.
You have to do that to get into Disney World.
Really?
Yeah, you have to not the ink, but just to put your finger. You have to put your
What?
finger and show
Oh
your
yeah, you do
fingerprint.
the
Yes.
fingerprint. Yeah, they fingerprint.
have
Disney
to
World
look
was an op by the government to just get
Maybe.
everyone's biometrics.
Maybe, but you have to do that to get into Universal Studios in Disney World in Florida.
Man, I used to.
You don't have to do it to vote.
I used to be on the waiver. I'm like, there's no way the TSA is getting any of my info. And then one time I hit the passport gate and went through right away. I'm like, do they need my blood?
I've got clear and I've got TSA.
Yeah.
pre-check.
Yeah, but Clear's
Like,
fake.
I'll do a sperm donation.
Here's fake. I signed up for Clear when it first came out, and I was all excited. I was like, oh, boy. And I thought they were going to escort me past security. Like, they were going to open a door and be like, you can just go in. And then, you know what they did? So I go to the airport, and I see Clear, and they're like, it's like $250 or something for the year or whatever.
Skip the line, I think, right?
There was no line.
There was no line.
I walked up, and they said, would you like to sign up for Clear? I was like, what is it? And they were like, we get you through security faster. It's an upgrade
line.
from TSA Pre. And I was like, okay. And I thought that it meant if they scan your fingerprints and took a picture of your face and took all your info, they just clear you through and you didn't got to get searched or flagged or anything,
Right.
or you'd like do a quick walkthrough. And so
that's
then
not what happened.
I sign up, I pay for it, and they're like, right this way. And they walk me to the front of, there's no line, it's literally not a single person in line. They walk me to the checkpoint and they go, and this way. And I was like, now what? No, like, you go through security.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's for places
What?
like New York City where there is a line. You
yeah, it's a fast
skip
pass.
the line. There's still a line.
It's a
but it won't-
fast pass.
It's literally, yes, it's like a fast pass, yes.
And they've ruined it because now everyone has pre-check. Like the fact that I have it indicates that it's useless because now like I go to the pre-check line and it's longer than the general
no, that's
boarding.
true.
I'm like,
Oh, bro.
I'll take my belt off. I don't care.
No, you're exposing yourself here a little bit. This is only in the wealthier areas. if you go to like if you go to like a busier airport with like a budget airline, the security checkpoint it depends on where you go because a lot of them have checkpoints that go anywhere. But if you're going to certain gates, then the TSA pre is empty and the regular line is full. But then like if you go to Jackson Hole being a great example, the TSA pre line is full and the regular line is empty because every single one of those people is like upper class, TSA pre global entry. Right. And so we're standing in line. I'm like, this line's long. So I got out of the TSA pre and went the regular line. And then I went the regular line, looked at my ticket, and they handed me a TSA pre card. They give you a little laminate, and then you just show it to them, and then you walk right through. And I'm like, what was the point of waiting in the line with all those people?
Yeah.
Waste of my time.
I'll accidentally get pre-check now. Like everyone's got pre-check. It seems like there's no, and that's, I mean, I would say I'm okay with that, but I'm one of the last ones in. So we're the ones blocking the lineup for everyone.
You know what they need? Like what movie was that? Total Recall, where they had a big X-ray hallway that you walk through, and they could just see your skeleton. Yeah. Then you don't got to stop at all. You just walk through, and they're like, "That's a gun."
If we didn't have the entire civil rights agenda, they could just profile again, and they would have 100% success rate. Like, look at us. We're not getting up to any shenanigans at the airport. And then certain people, they'd be like, "Hey, you," and then he would guaranteed probably.
I mean, they still do that. They just say they don't.
Right, I know, and I'm like, just let's drop the facade. Let me just stroll through like it's.
Well, it's like that. It's like that joke. That meme. I'd rather be racist. Would you rather be racist or dead? And it was people posted in response to it was like a woman walking down the street and then like she got attacked by some black.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And then someone commented it's better to be racist than dead.
Right.
And then I think it was like Matt Walsh said something. It was a while ago, but he was like, if this person had just decided to be racist and crossed the street, they'd still be alive today.
Right.
So true.
Yeah, I mean the idea that being racist is the worst thing, or doing something that is racially insensitive. That's even less of an offense than being a racist person. Like the idea that that's beyond the pale and you should risk your life for that. That's so stupid. But that's the way.
The truth is the leftists aren't. And look, if you want me, I could segue this into New York City stuff. But if you look at the people that voted for Mamdani that swear that they're all for minorities, for the black people, for the Hispanic people, whatever you want to call them, there's actually, like, if you go to Williamsburg, there's not that many black people. There's not that many Hispanic people. There's all white people there.
Yeah.
They don't want to be around the ghetto.
Well, I mean,
like they don't want to be around it.
Yeah, it does tend to be all white people.
It is.
Some of them are like cannon fodder though, where they try to go into Bushwick. It's like the modern day Lewis and Clark, and they're
Bushwick is like West Hollywood, but not gay, if you will. Right?
Yeah, you'll
it's
see.
Like,
some of them are just total cannon fodder. It's like, hey, we're gonna try and gentrify this neighborhood. Are you gonna go? It's like, I'm not. Let's send the art majors in, and then they go in.
That's why I said it's like West Hollywood.
Yeah, and they're just getting mowed down all the time.
But it's
like,
the
hey,
worst
they're trying
thing,
to reclaim the neighborhood.
No, it's the worst thing imaginable because this happens all the time in Chicago. I haven't been there in 20 years, but when I was younger, we had our grody, nasty Hispanic neighborhoods. And I'm not saying they're nasty because of the Hispanics. No, we love them. They had great tacos. Fantastic. But then what happens is you get these really cool hole-in-the-wall restaurants. You go in there, you order your food. If you order your tacos in Spanish, they give you a free beans and like dip.
Really?
Yeah, man. You walk in and you say, dos tacos de pollo, por favor, and they hand you free chips and like dip and queso. And then I remember my friend did that, and I was like, oh, you ordered chips? And she's like, no, they're free. And I was like, they're not free. I was like, come here all the time. She's like, when you order in Spanish, they hook you up. I was like, ooh, that's a secret. And then what happens is they had this banger restaurant. There's like a cafe down the street. Everybody wants to hang out there. The rent is cheap. And then I come back a few years later, and the restaurant's a Bank of America. And what happened is all those art students are now in their 30s, and their salaries went up, and they don't need some amazing little Mexican restaurant. Property taxes went up, rent went up, kicked out the restaurant, put into Bank of America, and now the art student's pushing his glass up being like, well, I'm considering refinancing my condo, so I didn't need the restaurant anymore. And you're like, you ruined everything.
Yeah, they do ruin everything.
That's where I agree with the leftists, but not for the same reasons. I just want my taco shop back,
New York City has changed.
You know the secret is when you order a taco and corn tortillas, they put 2 tortillas and they stuff it. You slide the first part off, and then you cut it in half. Now you have 2 tacos. That's how you do it.
Respect.
Wait, something like that you just said actually happened to Savannah and I recently at the park. We go to
You made 2 tacos?
No,
Oh.
with them charging us more.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of my friends are Puerto Rican there. They speak Spanish. They spoke Spanish to the guy. He they're talking about the people that go around. They sell like waters and stuff like that. He sells mangoes and watermelon, and he comes to all the local parks where we play paddleball and racquetball. And he comes every day. We know him. She goes, how much was this? And I said, I think they gave it to him for $4. She goes, he charged me $5. She goes, the other two people spoke Spanish to him.
Oh, yeah,
He
this
gave
is-
them $1 off.
The gringo tax is brutal. It's going up to
It's
inflation.
real.
Oh, but this is big in Japan too.
It's not even. She's half. She's half.
There's,
half white, and
Like
they
50
still
cents
charged
off.
him on-
Yeah, you get
yeah.
50 cents off.
In Japan, there's a viral image of a sign, and it's got Japanese, Chinese, and English. And in Chinese and English, it says, "Sorry, we are full. Please try again later." And then in Japanese, it says, "If you're able to read this, come on in. We're fine. Everything's fine."
Oh, that happened to me when I went to Japan, and we like went into a restaurant and it was empty basically, and they like didn't seat us and they didn't really speak English or whatever, and we walk out and like 2 Japanese families like walk in and get seated.
Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't even get mad. I was like, that's actually kind of base.
Is
So
it-
it just
Yeah, I
sucks. I'm
can't get
hungry,
mad at it.
but like I respect
Here's the other
that.
thing. There's a big story where apparently there's a menu, and in Japanese, it's got lower prices than in English.
Yeah, you kind of have to tip the hat. You can't get that mad. You're like, hey, I wish we did that.
No, but I get it
Yeah,
because the GDP is much less for Japanese workers in Japan. Americans are relatively wealthy, so they're like, Americans have no problem paying $10 for a cheeseburger.
The yen is like in the toilet. Like when I went there and I was exchanging my cash, I was just like, like when they were showing me the exchange rate, like you can go to Japan right now and just fleece them
It's
because
35,000 per capita.
well, and,
wow.
and if you start waving around USD or euros or something, they're gonna be like,
The U.S. is 94,000.
yeah.
Pretty good.
Damn,
You can
very
that's
good.
like
rinse
almost
them.
triple.
And you bring it in currency, they want it, so you can rinse them.
You know what, man? I'm just so fed up with Americans. Most of them, they're just always complaining, and they got it so good. But I actually think a lot of people are starting to recognize they got it good, and I think that's why everyone's kind of checked out right now.
I think hopefully little by little.
Yeah, I think USAID was actually the nucleus of all things international, cultural, and political, and Trump smashed it with a hammer. I think Hollywood was USAID. I think the music industry was. I think the protests were. I think it was literally everything. Like they were funneling money into USAID for the purpose of generating culture and fabricating this consensus.
Yeah.
I still think that we need a little more time to kind of nail that down as actually true. But it does seem pretty compelling, like the fact that everything has changed so significantly since the end of USAID. And I honestly, I hope that it's true, because then you'll see significant we'll see significant changes over the course of the next 2 years and stuff. And then should a Democrat win in 28 and they reinstate this stuff, you'll have a real clear view of whether it was whether it was at USAID or not.
Yeah, well, I've just been using the advertisements at the mall and like Victoria's Secret as the gauge. Is like, are we winning or not? Like right now, it's like skinny women on
Yeah.
there. So it's like we're winning. We're
Well,
winning.
yeah, but that's
USAID
exactly-
fires
Torrid
back
gone out of
up.
business yet?
Huh?
Is Torrid gone out of business yet?
Lane Bryant.
Oh, bro, I love how all of these celebrities who pretended to love being fat are now on Ozempic.
They are.
Oh yeah.
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 They're all thin. Like, I never wanted to be fat. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
it's bad for the environment, actually. It's true.
Oh man, what is happening? What's going to happen to humanity?
I
Well,
think it's
I mean-
never. We're going in the right direction. Whatever happens, I'm excited.
I do feel like, even though it's not the big dramatic thing that people were hoping for, we are moving in the right direction.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
There's
What direction is that?
Well, they
least
are
they're-
doing deportations.
Oh.
You actually have, ICE is back and was reinstated, and they're actually going to do stops now. We had negative migration last year. Like those are the most important. I honestly believe that immigration is the most important issue facing the United States, right? Like if you continue to import people that have a different worldview, you're going to end up with more people joining the DSA. You're going to have more people that are coming here to scam the social services that we have, and it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So I think that
What do we do about
Everything mainstream.
like housing and labor and all that stuff?
well, if you deport a lot of people, then you're going to see that prices of housing going down.
Well,
You're
the
gonna
price of housing are going down because there's no people to buy them,
see- well, right now,
and
yeah.
and there's no people to do jobs, so we're going to end up with a bunch of Gary Indianas.
I don't think we'll end up with a bunch of Gary Indianas.
Who's gonna want to pay to maintain a house they can't use or sell?
Well, the point that I'm making is you've got a lot of boomers that are holding on to houses and stuff like that. You increase the inventory of houses. You don't see a housing problem in Austin, right? They lowered the issues with or they changed the issues with zoning and with regulation and stuff, and people went in and they built houses and the cost of rents went down. That kind of stuff actually happens. So the fewer people that are here renting, the more illegals you get rid of, people that aren't supposed to be here, the more people that are scamming the government that you get rid of and get them back to the places they belong. You'll have the cost of housing go down. You'll have more jobs available for Americans. Now, I understand that young people are really facing a lot of problems. I understand, like, the stuff that you talk about is like, that's real and tangible for young people. I do think partially young people kind of have an unrealistic expectation, but at the same time, like, it doesn't mean that they're having the ability to pay for
check this out. I love this story. We talked about it a little bit over the past couple of weeks.
One of my friends actually did that.
So this is Japan's IKEA rush. Foreigners are buying abandoned homes. I was actually talking to my wife, and I was like, "You want to go to Japan?" And she goes, "Yes, but what do you mean?" And I was like, "I mean, like, move there."
Yeah, it's the PewDiePie method. That's what he did.
Is that what he did? He moved to Japan?
Yeah, he just moved there. Well, because he can work remotely, so he's just like
exactly.
Yeah, and he has a great life by all accounts.
And then IRL would just be, I wake up in the morning and
the reason he said he likes it, and you'd probably be able to relate to this to some degree. I mean, obviously he's like, everyone's gonna notice him, but he's like, no one there recognizes me, no one stops me. He's like, I can just live a normal life by and large. Granted, you got to learn Japanese.
Bro, look at this right here. You can have your own grocery store for $12,000.
Like, if you have a remote job, a job you can do from home, you can do this.
Yeah,
it's very realistic. The problem though for young people is they typically don't, and so they can't just like move to the middle of nowhere. And if you're trying to find a wife, it's going to not.
But so this is a really great example of what's going to happen in the United States. So Japan is very anti-immigration, very anti-foreigner, and they recently started approving foreign investment into these, they're called IKEAs, abandoned homes, because there's no young people. They have a birthing crisis, and they have no migration. Now, I'm not saying bringing a bunch of Honduran farmers is going to solve any problems for America. You got two problems. One, AI is going to wipe out the white-collar jobs. And then without the white-collar workers are only, what job can they do? They're going to be like, I guess I'll go work at a Taco Bell, but then a robot's doing that. Right. So they'll be like, I guess I'll pick berries in a field, but the Honduran farmer is doing that. And the Honduran farmer is better at it than the middle manager who's not out of a job and needs to find a job, so he can't find a job anywhere. It's just going to get bad. In Japan, they're now saying, okay, let's bring in foreigners, but instead of bringing in, like third worlders like we are, they're trying to bring in us.
Yes.
Japan's like, hey, go find a bunch of like those white-collar Americans and have them move here. We'll take them. So what's going to happen in 20 years, America is going to be a bunch of Honduran farmers, and Japan is going to be high-skill, futuristic, developed.
Is that $1,800 rent?
No, it's own.
Buy outright.
That's to buy.
Wow.
Bro, these buildings are completely abandoned. Completely abandoned.
And there's two things that are interesting here. One, these homes are all still fairly new because in Japan they rebuild homes about every 50 years just because of earthquakes and stuff.
Right.
And then secondarily, what's interesting about Japan, there's two things going on the demographic side. One is pretty much their entire source of immigration is what they would just call like cousins, basically. So Brazil is their largest source of immigration. You hear that, you go, what? That's weird, because there's so many people of Japanese descent in Brazil. They're allowing people of Japanese extraction to come back to Japan and move there. So you kind of have this like Brazilian Japanese population, but after a generation or two, they assimilate fairly well. Korea does the same thing. Korea takes in Koreans from the Soviet Union because the Soviet Union scattered Koreans throughout the place, so they're moving back to Korea. The other interesting thing about Japan and South Korea is the entire country is depopulating except for Seoul and Tokyo. So Seoul and Tokyo are still growing.
Oh, and Tokyo's nuts.
Tokyo
Metro is crazy, dude.
And it's continuing to grow because even as the population declines, it's just going to consolidate in like one or two cities. The United States is unique because we have so many cities that it gives people plenty of options, and whatever city is in vogue is different every 3 to 4 years. 3 years ago it was Austin, now it's Nashville. 3 years later, who knows what it'll be, but it's constantly changing, and whatever, political dynamics or cultural dynamics. But countries like this, it just consolidates around Tokyo, Osaka.
Well, what's your excuse, Gen Z? Look at this. This house is $5,000. And
that's crazy.
That's like $20 a month for a mortgage.
Got a urinal in the house.
It's got a urinal in the house. Look at that for the boys. And it's abandoned. It probably needs some TLC, but it's not like Gary, Indiana.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's dirty.
Well, this is part of the problem with the United States that Japan doesn't have is the United States, most of our cheap housing is locked up in like extremely dangerous areas.
Yeah.
So
the
United States, like for young people to live in cities, you're either competing in nice neighborhoods with boomers who refuse to downsize, or you're going into like black neighborhoods or Mexican neighborhoods where they'll just like saw your head off.
Nobody wants to live in Gary, Indiana, bro. That's why when they're the Hammond Bears, it's not good.
But it's the same with Memphis. Like, I mean, I grew up in Memphis, so I can use this as an example. Is like a lot of young people would like to live in Memphis, but the problem is, again, two options: like Midtown, which is all like rich boomers, good luck buying a house there,
And the
or
ghetto.
just get
Look
the
at
ghetto,
this.
which is 90% of Memphis.
This is the middle class dream version of a passport bro. It's the mortgage bro.
Look at this.
You're like, I can't
18
afford to
grand.
buy a house in America. Look at this, 18 grand.
Is it like impossible to get a mortgage in Japan?
It's impossible to get a visa,
No.
let alone a mortgage.
Well,
No, well, actually, so I wouldn't describe. I've been reading a lot about it. I wouldn't describe it as easy, but apparently because of the IKEA, which means abandoned home, and Japan desperately trying to bring people in, this creates a door which makes it a bit easier. Now it's hard. It's hard to get citizenship, but I watched this one video from a guy who was like, "Why would I want to be a citizen? I don't care about voting." And I think about the perfect scenario Japan's creating: a bunch of like middle class Americans coming and filling in holes in their economy with no right to vote.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Interesting. That's
because you
smart.
can't, you can't. There's no dual citizenship in Japan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to renounce your American citizenship if you were to take Japanese citizenship.
You're not getting it. It's
As
not
I
going to happen, white
understand
boy.
It's pretty hard to be a foreign, not even because of like xenophobia. Like, who cares? It's like it's a lot. It's a lot
It's
more
because of sensible laws.
It's sensible laws, but it's like difficult to access healthcare.
Oh, look at this is
schools,
nice.
et cetera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look
it's,
how nice this
Yeah,
is.
no, my sister worked at a law firm there for like 5 years, and she knew this one guy who was like on his 10th year, and they were going to send him. He had to do one more year or something like 2 years back in America and then come back again before he could even qualify.
Yeah. So it's like to have access. It's like to have access to the things you would need to build a life there. It's really difficult.
Bro, like this is an abandoned home. Look how
That's really
the
nice.
wood ceilings.
you want to see an abandoned home.
You know how much you gotta pay for that?
Go to Gary,
New York.
Indiana, and look at abandoned homes.
Ugh.
There's like a thick foot of sewage on the floor everywhere. You can't go in those places. In Japan, it's like, well, it's been abandoned. It's like it looks like no one ever. It looks the same.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's just dusty.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to live there. It's too dusty. 12,000 for the whole house.
Well, there's not a significant number of crackheads that are breaking in to,
Yeah.
do drugs in there.
If you have a remote job and you don't really care about having like friends or family nearby or like a church or anything really, then you could do this. But
And
you
there's
should be pretty
skiing
isolated.
right here, dude.
I imagine
skiing,
within a couple years you could make friends and stuff. I don't imagine.
I know people
Bro,
that have, I
you
know
be
people that live-
speaking konnichiwa in 2 weeks.
I know people that have lived in Japan and they're like, it's impossible to make friends with Japanese people because they just like are always going to be just like, why would I talk to you?
No.
fair.
What you got to do is you got to dress up like Goku, and then you walk around yelling Kamehameha, and they're gonna be like, "You respect my culture," and you're instantly friends.
This guy's clearly one of us.
Actually, the joke is Americans weebs go to Japan and they're creepy. And like they walk around wearing like Naruto gear and like running with their arms back. And Japanese
that.
people look. Imagine if someone came to the United States from Japan dressed like Homer Simpson, walking
Hulk
around
Hogan.
going, "Go,
Hulk Hogan.
go!"
Yeah, right.
You'd be like eating donuts. You'd be like, "Bro, stop!" What
Yeah,
are
you have
doing?"
these guys going over there. They're like, I'm going to find my waifu. And they like learn the intricacies of Japanese culture and all the mannerisms, etc. And they're repulsed by them. And then you have these like American servicemen chuds that go over and they're like, we should have nuked you again. And they go home with a wife. So it's like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
there's a tactic there. It's just like, actually, you should do the opposite. You should like hate
Yeah.
these people and you'll
I mean-
probably bag one of them.
I mean, my experience in Japan is, or my experiences in Japan are definitely, as a rock star. So it's like when you go over there and they bring you over there and you're getting carted around, you're playing shows and stuff. It's probably.
I watched a video. They were a guy went around asking Japanese people like, how much money do you need to make per month U.S. to be considered wealthy? And they were like, $3,000, like $3,000, and you're like well off.
Yeah.
And then they were like, but what about like so that's when you're comfortable. But what about like you're rich? And they're like, oh, $10,000 a month. And that's the median. That's GDP for Americans, 94K.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you work remote and you go buy one of these houses, man, Japan be stealing all the. This is a problem. This is a big problem.
It looks like a mansion.
Like how many? It is a mansion.
That's a mansion.
Some of these places have like 10 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Can you buy
600
one
square
without
feet.
having been there yet?
What do you think?
Yes.
You can. So
Yep.
you can you could buy this right now and
Yes.
be like, now I own this property.
Yep.
That I can, whoa.
So the challenge is
And
to
it's got
get
land.
like live visas.
Yeah.
You get like temporary live visas, and the government. And I could be wrong. I've only been watching some videos. I haven't like actually gone there and investigated, but I've seen people say that the government is basically split. The conservatives are like, we do not want non-Japanese in our country, and the liberals are like, we're collapsing. We need migration, and then the liberals are like, we'll take who we can get. And then they bring in people from India and Africa.
Yeah.
Real bad things happened. And then the conservatives are like, stop doing this. And they're like,
see?
wait, what if we tell the white wealthy Americans to come here instead?
Right.
And they go, okay, but only some. So you can get like two. So there are challenges because I watched some videos where they were saying like they bought the house and they live there, but they're temporary visas.
Yeah.
So it's a problem because you own this property,
And then you can't live there for more than, what, 5 years?
but you just got to keep refiling and like keeping up with it. But I'm like, that's not a big deal. It's like, bro, you want to have a 10-bedroom mansion for 20 grand? Okay, it's okay. It's not a mansion. It's 2,632 square feet. That's not the biggest house in the world, but hey, for 18 grand. But here's what's funny: 3 million yen. That's the price.
Yeah.
Imagine someone would be like, this 10-bedroom house is $3 million. You'd be like, oh my God. But, from yen to US dollars, it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. You have your own dojo you go hang out with, and
I think they actually do.
Sushi.
They actually do have.
karate with your boys.
They're not really like dojos, but they have the big room that's effectively could be a dojo.
Yeah, I want to do that. The cartoons I think are stupid. I want to do the karate and all that. That'd be fun.
Dude, this is
Chopping
nuts.
boards.
Japan is sick.
Look at
It's
this.
real sick. So
Oh man, I loved going to the convenience stores and eating the sandwiches.
But just bringing it back to like America, we're doing the opposite of this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of being like this is what Trump said about shithole countries. Pardon my French. He was like, "Why are we bringing people in from these countries? We could bring them in for Norway." And then the left was all like, "That's racist."
Well, look
But then at the same time, they're like, no, don't send them back to that country because it's bad.
yeah. Well,
When the South Africans came, they were like, "White supremacy."
Yeah.
Well, even look at Tokyo. It's not even exorbitantly expensive there. Like they've just done a good job in Japan of like making life manageable for people.
Yeah.
Dude,
granted,
Tokyo is.
the work-life balance there is pretty horrific. That's one of the reasons we're not
yeah.
kids.
Look at this. They even got stuff. What? Look at this.
It's because they rebuild their houses all the time. Like,
I mean,
they don't.
No,
they don't-
look. I'm saying, look at
Jungle
this.
gym.
Yeah.
This looks like a McDonald's play place.
Yeah.
Gmod house.
Do you want to? Why in Saitama? Look at this, man.
I like that they call their.
That's
It
not
does
bad.
look like
That's not
Legos.
bad on the inside.
Yeah.
Prefectures.
Looks like it's all Legos. Bro, I don't care. I'll sleep in a van down by the river. You know what I
What
mean?
feck are you from? What feck you from, dude?
I bet that would get across.
No, they say Preefs.
Yeah, what shirt are you
Preef.
from? Yeah, what
What Preef you
what
from?
Preef you from, dude?
No, they probably just say prefecture because they are pretentious.
Very formal. Tate-san.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Tate-san.
Tate-san.
Man,
Feel-san.
you can have a house for a couple grand. So I'm seeing all. Here's the other thing too, because we talked about it quite a bit. They want all the white people to move there, and the question is, why is Japan advertising to white Americans and not, Hondurans
Very salient
Not Haitians.
question.
or Haitians? Yeah, why won't Japan run ads in Haiti and say, "Come Haitians, come"?
I think answering that question is technically a hate crime.
The TOS.
Do they get away with it because they're white adjacent?
Well, I mean,
not
me and Tate
completely
were
white?
talking on X today. He's like, Japan's the only white country left in the world.
It's true.
Japan is.
Kind of funny.
True.
Well, I mean, Iceland is like 99% white, isn't it?
No, it's getting bad over there.
Iceland,
Really?
Yeah, well, because there's not many of them, so it only took a few.
and they're all
migrants.
cousins.
Yeah, so it took
Where are they-
like
who's coming in?
20 migrants, and now it's like 30%.
Oh my god, they just all multiplied over the last
Oh, it was
5
crazy.
years.
They have a lot of Polish people there. I was in Iceland recently, and
And they're not white.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I
No,
was.
they're not. They're according to the the Coalition for Communities of Color.
They're
Polish
Asian?
people are people of color.
They're Slavs.
Really?
Yeah, we had this when Luke was here. Luke's got blonde hair and blue eyes,
Hey.
and the website said Eastern Europeans are people of color.
Well, if you ask Ben Franklin, I mean, the Welsh weren't white. So, I mean, like, it's pretty tight parameters. But yeah, I went to Iceland and like everyone is Polish. I was like, this is crazy. But again, it's just because there's 350,000 of them, so it didn't take very many of like immigrants to come for it to be like, oh wow, this is
Icelandic pierogies.
yeah, it's just covered in ice. So Japan, by all accounts, is like the last white country on planet Earth.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
South Korea is also having a similar problem, but I don't see the same kind of advertising to people to move there.
Because it's not as appealing, you know.
Yeah. When,
You know what it is?
Japan's got
Americans
some aura.
do love Japan.
They love it, and they love us. It's mutual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, we say that Japanese love American cultural stuff, but don't want foreigners coming to their land.
That's how we should.
Americans would love it if Japanese people came. We're like, oh, look, Japanese.
I love other cultures. I love learning about them. I love their cuisine. It's just I like learning about it in their land. It's
Right.
like when
Right.
I'm
Over
learning
there.
about
Back
it
home.
when I'm trying to go to Costco and I'm learning the intricacies of like Gujarati culture. I'm like, not necessary. I think we're good here.
When Muslims are praying in the streets in
Yeah.
New York City, not a
That
fan.
kind of stuff. That should be obvious.
Not a
I've learned so much
it
about
happened.
India because of where I live. It's crazy. It's forced.
Imagine this, we all moved to Niigata, Japan, and we wake up and do IRL first thing in the morning, but for everybody else, it's at night
Right.
here in America. And then, everybody just buys one of these abandoned houses next to each other, and we get a little enclave, and we'll call it Little America.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is, once we have enough people, we'll start having lots of babies. Once we have enough people, we'll create our own American policing, which is unofficial. It's not to interfere with the laws of the government, but just for our own people
Just
who
want
have
to
our
be able
own.
to have
Safety.
Our own
guns.
police
Yes, it's called
The Jews do it.
Okinawa.
The Jews do
Is that what it
well.
is?
It's just Okinawa, yeah, the entire island. It's like
Just Marines,
there's a
though.
giant marine base.
Yeah.
Right. What's crazy too is people don't realize Okinawa is so far away from Japan.
And if you go around, I
at
have
this.
some
It's all the way
friends that
down
were
here.
stationed in Okinawa. They're like, there's just half black, half Japanese kids everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, like everywhere. They're starting goalkeeper, Zion Suzuki. He's
But
he's
the
won,
best
like,
part
the Rock.
is after we have this, we develop this, community, and we're growing. Maybe in 20 or 30 years, there might be 10 to 30 or maybe even 40,000 of us and our kids. And then what we'll do is we'll start lobbying that we should have the right to vote, even if we're not citizens. And then we'll start bringing in outside money to convince the Japanese people why it's important that we vote. And then once we start eroding their governmental base, we'll lobby more politicians to allow for more of us to come in. And then maybe
And
in
then call them
100 years,
racist if they don't let
Japan
us.
will be 87% white American,
I like it.
and the Japanese will be a minority in their own country.
Took a little while, but the win over them in World War II was more decisive than we thought.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll
I didn't
create
realize.
Utopia. It'll be beautiful.
I didn't realize that Okinawa was so far away from the mainland of Japan.
Yeah, it's like they're Hawaii.
Yeah, it's nice.
I didn't know that either.
Bro, look at this.
It's,
Luxurious.
I can't even zoom out far enough. Here's Japan. And also, people need to understand that Japan is basically like driving from Maine to Texas.
Yeah.
Holy
That's how
crap.
big it is. Yeah. And so then when you look all the way down here at Okinawa, also these islands down here, that's Japan.
Wow.
Super far
some of
away.
them are actually disputed with China, if I understand correctly.
These islands down here?
What's not disputed?
China's
I think they're called
so
the
you get to
Ryushu
Taiwan.
Islands.
These ones?
I think they're called the Ryushu Islands. And
Is that it?
maybe.
Look at that. Ishigaki.
Ishigaki?
I mean, that's Japanese.
I'm already got
You
it.
can always move to China. All you got to do is be a communist. Shanghai.
That sounds
There's
Glazed.
Wuhan, not far away.
sounds terrible.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, Okinawa it's full of Marines, man. And I didn't realize that it was so far away from the mainland.
People, they like with the Confederacy, they have like this lost cause kind of thing and they mourn it or whatever. That's me with Hong Kong. Is like, what would British Hong Kong be like? So that'd be fascinating, but I'll never get to see it.
Speaking
that's
of,
my lost cause.
Speaking of glazing the CCP, we got the story from the Gateway Pundit. Trump to accuse China of meddling in U.S. elections in Thursday night's speech. Evidence Beijing compromised U.S. voter data. So Trump's going to be giving this big address, and apparently he's going to say that the election was stolen or something. Here's my prediction. It's a waste of time. Nothing's going to happen. He's going to say very little. He's going to go, China did it. Thank you. Goodbye. Nothing's going to change. And we're all going to go about our day. And then, I don't know, World Cup watch party on Sunday, anybody?
That would be nice.
Look,
Argentina, man, that comeback.
How about that?
I called it. We were sitting down and said, Tate, Argentina's going to win. And Tate's like, no, England's going to win. And then England scores a goal, and I was like, oh, come on. And I was punching my pillow. And then 88 minutes, they get that goal. They go into overtime.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah,
That was sick.
that was nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Trump's going to come out, accuse China. We knew this. Nothing's going to change. And I think when I say that nothing's going to change, I want y'all to understand I'm not being blackpilled. I'm just saying, like, we win. No one's going to protest. No one's going to riot. Trump's going to do his weird whatever behind-the-scenes stuff. They redistricted. I think that even now still, I think Republicans have a decent chance of winning, holding on the House in the midterms.
I have people that are like a little like serious insiders that would be incentivized almost to blackpill for fundraising purposes, and they're saying, yeah, Republicans are going to keep the House.
really?
Yeah, which is really interesting, and I'm not breaking
Decision
confidence
Desk
there.
is
They would tell you
saying
that.
Senate 50-50, which means J.D. Vance is the tiebreaker.
Wow.
I mean, the Save
Susan
Act
Collins
passed
is gonna
again.
hold on though, so I think it'd be 51.
That's true
I
too.
assume they're saying that Maine will go Democrat.
But the other thing too is with the Save Act got attached to the NDAA,
Yeah,
which is the funniest thing ever. Because the National Defense Authorization Act it's the military budget every year.
Yeah.
So they attached the SAVE Act to it. But I think you were saying, Phil, the parliamentarians are going to
it's not a funding thing, and the parliamentarians probably going to pull it out, which is a dumb thing. I've seen a lot of people that are talking about, if you get rid of the funding for Israel, then they would vote for the SAVE Act in there. And to me, that's or not the funding, but the merging of the U.S. intelligence apparatus with the Israeli apparatus. And to me, that's a no-brainer, right? Like, get rid of that. Put the SAVE Act in there.
And the Senate voted on that amendment already and approved it, though.
What the
intel sharing and all that.
Yeah, but I think don't they have to vote on the
House will have to look over it now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean
that was a Senate amendment, I believe. I was surfing Twitter. I haven't dived super deep into it yet.
Well, I don't know for sure, but to me, it seems like a no-brainer. Anything to get the SAVE Act passed, basically. It's so popular with the American people.
80%.
80%. There's, yeah, and it's ridiculous that there are people that are dragging their feet on it. And I know that there are a lot of people that are black-pilled and stuff. The time to actually go after people for this kind of stuff was the primaries. So if you're, if it doesn't pass and you're bummed about it, primary the people that vote against it, right? Like, use the levers of power that you have, make a stink and primary them. Don't complain, in September. Do it in January of the next election, not this coming, obviously, but in January of 2028, right? Like, make a stink then. Primary the people that vote the way that you don't want. Like, get rid of the people that are bad. And part of the problem is, and I think part of the problem is people don't pay attention to off-year elections. But if it's a presidential election, that election year, you'll know it's coming. Everybody's pumped to vote for the president because they think they're voting for the king anyways. So go and primary your bad politicians. So many people call in and they're like, oh, we can't do anything, blah, 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 blah. And I understand why people feel that way, but they miss their opportunity to primary the crappy people.
I think we should seize the means of production from people who identify as communist.
Well,
we could do.
We just throw
Take a
them
page out of their own book.
Throw them
No, they
in
love
jail.
it. The moment someone says they're a communist, we go, okay, your assets are now public property. Not mine, though. I'm not a communist.
Yeah.
Then more stuff for us.
Pretty sure I'm not.
The only problem is anybody who's a communist, they're usually broke.
They don't have anything. They're always.
Unless you're a politician communist.
Yeah.
And even if they're not in high positions, they don't really have that much. They get a lot of student debt. Because how do you think they became communists in the first place?
Yeah. They went to art school.
They went to school.
I went to school with them. I literally went to Pratt Institute. It's an art school in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I went there last year.
Was everybody gay?
No, they weren't at the time.
Really?
No. Very few. Very few people were gay back then, but this is 20 years ago. Now, I went there right after Charlie Kirk passed.
Everyone's gay.
We went there. No, not even that. They're just all queer and they're all communist.
Well, yeah.
And they're all pro political violence. It's really bad.
They're all
It's changed a
bisexuals,
lot.
but they only date men. It's the weirdest thing.
Yes.
No, the funny
That's
thing
why
about
they're
the
queer.
left is that they'll be straight, but just say they're gay for brownie points.
Yes, they do.
Well, yeah, they'll say, well, I'm non-binary.
But that's not a thing.
They'll just put a tag on themselves so they can be like, no, I'm a member of the LGBT community. I'm an ally, blah, 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 blah.
I'm non-binary.
Right.
I'm binary.
So that's an extra.
I'm non-binary,
Yeah.
which means binary.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another one for the LGBTQIA22S whatever.
You could be queer with that statement, right?
Now you can
Is that what that means?
That's right.
wave your flag around.
Weird.
Special.
Queer.
We should just add our own letter N, normal. LGBTN.
Could do.
How's that?
LGBN.
I could get behind that.
I mean,
Do you
Sounds
remember
like
when
a
they
TV
made? Do you
channel.
remember when they made the straight pride flag and it was black and white and gray?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "F them straight people. They're boring anyway. Make their flag.
I think it was
make it black and white or gray.
I think it was orange and black and had a man and woman holding hands on it or something.
It was ugly. I forget.
There
what
was
it
the
was.
straight
It was
flag
basic
thing.
and ugly. Well,
Why do gay people keep making flags? Can you explain this to me?
Because they're not gay.
What do you mean?
Because gay people, actually normal gays, like nice things, right?
Like shoes?
Like actual physical things, but also lifestyle wise. We go into the neighborhoods like Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen and WeHo and up the property value because we put work into things.
Oh.
Yeah.
These people, these queer people.
I'm just saying, how come there's a flag for every No,
I was getting at that. I was gonna say the queer people come in.
Is it so that people know
change-
who they want to bang?
No, they're obsessed with commandeering anything that they can put their hands on.
No.
And they-
I'm saying like there's like an asexual flag, there's a transsexual flag, there's like a hydromorphic flag or something.
There's all these kind of flags because they're not actually oppressed, but if they create a flag, they can commandeer.
And we should make a
I think it's
flag.
like
That's
a
what I'm trying to
Reddit
say,
thing
yeah.
because like vexology is huge on Reddit and like and Reddit. I'm being serious here. And
What
Reddit
is
has
What is vexology?
vexology and
What is
Reddit
that?
just like the
Like
study
study
of
of
flags.
flags.
Oh, the study of flag. Okay.
And Reddit has a really high proportion of like just broadly gay people. So they're just really
Ridiculous
into flags. I think
clowns.
that's like legit the
That
explanation.
sounds very autismist.
Yeah, because like right now, if you're on Instagram Reels, you would assume that Australia is on the verge of changing their flag because it's like all these different proposals and da. And then you like do public polling and like 60-70% of the country is like, no, why would we change our flag?
Yeah,
but
no.
you get these Redditors are just obsessed with flags. It's the weirdest
Reddit
thing.
is
Because they're all autistic.
Yeah, they're all autistic. Half of them are gay of some sort.
Yeah.
Because you can tell because I've noticed something new with the Zoomer gays is they always have canes.
Wait, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Again,
Just hear me out.
Extra oppression point.
What if we created a system of governance by which only people who are landowners, male and white, could vote?
it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
It's a start.
No,
think the
you know
founders
what?
were too liberal.
No one can vote. Nobody gets to vote. Not even white people.
I mean, look, man. We were hanging out with Lisa last week. She makes a compelling argument for monarchy.
What did you say?
Oh, she's just like, look, people shouldn't vote. We need a dictator. We need someone that's gonna tell everybody what to do. And it's
best.
Yeah, they should have pushed George
People have
Washington.
become
a
too
little harder on
entitled.
that.
They have no idea what they're
George
doing.
Washington
We
crashed.
need a king.
Yeah, because George Washington crashed out once about it, and they're like, "All right, stop asking." They should have pushed him a little harder. And like, George, look, you don't understand. Like, you got to just take the reins here.
Yeah, if someone could have like brought him like a couple magazines from today,
Yeah.
like, hey, look, this is where you're heading. You
Show him a
need to-
Costco.
This is where you're at. This is where it's heading in 200.
So, yeah, I mean,
What do you mean Catholics can vote? It's like dude, that is the least of our problems.
I'm joking around a little bit, but like, when it comes to the monarchy thing,
yeah.
but like, I do think that I think that in federal
No,
elections there should be way fewer people allowed to
It's
vote.
not a joke. Everybody's life would be better under monarchy in the short term. So what tends to happen is that you get an autocrat because the problems become so intense, the political corruption runs so deep. One person takes over, and with a singular vision, it straightens things out temporarily.
Right.
And then what happens is the reason why you get narratives of oppression from autocracy largely is because autocracy arises after conflict among a population. So, like Franco, for instance. Now, the people who supported, his ideology and worldview loved what he was doing. Mm-hmm. And the communists did not. And so they're like, he was a dictator. It's like, well, yes, because it remove ideology from the equation. And let's just say your nation is composed of three different ideologies, A, B, and C. And then a leader rises from faction B who takes over.
A and C are going to be
A and C are going to be like, help, we're being repressed. And group B is going to be like, this is fantastic.
Right.
And then in the end, it's who wins. So in the short term, it straightens things out. It gives you stability in times of chaos and economic uncertainty and things like this. But then in the long run, it can go. It's a wash. I mean, when you look historically, most of these autocratic regimes, they fall apart, or they fizzle out and become weak republics of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like that's why North Korea is such a head scratcher that's lasted so long. And actually,
Well, that's because it's locked down by China. China's got a boot on it.
well, China's will vote on sanction packages on North Korea. Like China, the only reason China is so pro North Korea is one, because it provides a buffer between them and the West, but additionally is because they're also trying to win influence over North Korea, because Russia is also interested in North Korea as well, because North Korea's been providing so much, munitions and people for their war. So again, North Korea doesn't want to be a puppet of China, so they have to entertain Russia, et cetera. But what I'm trying to say there is North Korea is this weird outlier where it's a total autocracy that has lasted quite a long time. I mean, China could just implement their system in North Korea very easily and still keep them as a rump state, but they haven't been able to do so because Kim Jong-un is just like unable to fall apart. Things, by all accounts, have been improving. He seems to be consolidating power, if anything.
Yeah, if I understand correctly, part of it is because of the narrative that people believe. Like, they're so isolated. They really believe that, like, Kim Il-sung used to eat and not go to the bathroom because his body was so efficient. he would use all the stuff that he ate. Like it was
think that about Kim Jong-un, too.
crazy stuff.
I mean, you
Kim
can't
Jong-un
blame
too?
them. You believe what you're taught. If you think you're gonna die unless you believe that, like
Not even that. I mean, it's like they don't have anything to compare it to or to contrast it to. They don't see how
Right.
It's difficult to gauge. Like people, there's people that study North Korea for a living, and even they have trouble like deciphering like how committed to the bit are the North Koreans. Because, for example, they had a province in North Korea that was opened up to South Koreans for a period of time for family reunifications and just to hang out and whatever. And they found that like the North Koreans knew a lot of the K-pop songs and were broadly familiar with K-dramas. And then likewise, when the North Korean soldiers went to go fight in Ukraine, a lot of them knew how to use the phones already and were able to navigate the web quite easily. They all got addicted to porn right away, which is pretty funny.
Well, they have their own version of
They have their own version, but insofar as like they are vaguely familiar with the rest of the world, apparently. So the question there is like, are they kind of know what's going on, but they just are either like committed to the bit, like they think
No, I
like,
think
here's
they're
their job,
right?
and or they're just afraid of missing their next meal.
I would think they're just afraid. That's because
It's most likely-
you do a lot of weird stuff if you're living in fear.
But it also is completely possible that they quite literally just think
Believe it.
Kim Jong-un's God. So it's like
Well,
it's
they
difficult
think that,
to
but they also
gauge.
think that we're terrible, and they have a whole different history of like what we did to them.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
America.
Yeah. They're always chest beating about the Japanese, especially. They hate the Japanese.
Yeah.
Which they do have some points, but yeah. What's interesting is about North Korea. If you were to compare North and South Korea just on paper, you would assume North Korea is the better system because their birth rate's positive, South Korea's is negative. So when you expose Koreans to both forms of government, one exterminates the people and the other doesn't. So like if you look at it from that perspective, maybe that's what then their heads they're thinking like, hey, we're vitalists and etc. And the South Koreans are these idiots and they're going extinct.
Well, I mean, I think that the phrase "exterminates the people" is a little bit of an overstatement when it comes to
South Korea. I think it does. America over exaggerated, but South Korea, like they work their people to death. Well,
They really.
the government doesn't, but the sort of system that's created.
Okay,
there.
the society.
There's 4 companies basically. Like it's high pressure. Everyone's freaking out, dropping of heart attacks all the time.
I didn't
Crazy
know
there.
Really?
Yeah, 50% of them get plastic surgery. They just want that little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something that I heard. There's a lot of plastic surgery over there. There's a lot of people that are just like, we all want to look like K-pop stars.
Yeah, and like for the record, I'm making a point there. I think South Korea is, by so many metrics, a much better place to live than North Korea. I'm just saying that from the North Korean perspective, you could understand why maybe they would be slightly skeptical of Western reforms in their country because they might just be saying, "Oh, they're all degenerates that like just have dogs instead of kids." That stuff works. The Chinese think that way. The Chinese think that of Westerners. They're just all hedonistic degenerate.
Yeah, and if you look at the images of like at least urban areas in China, they don't look like a prison camp. As much as you can't, you're not free and you can't express opposition to the government and stuff like that. It's like the average person that lives in a city in China, it doesn't look like they're in North. It looks nothing like North Korea. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have like the same kind of like oppression that North Korea does. So
let's talk about this this Canadian illegal immigrant. So we got this story. This chick from Canada. Actually, we got a picture of her. She
Doesn't surprise me.
apparently she came here in 2024 on a temporary visa. It expired, and she stayed illegally.
Oh, did she?
And then she saw some teenager wearing Trump gear and smacked her.
Yeah.
So now she's arrested in ICE detention pending her, her hearing or whatever. And her husband's begging for help, saying, "Oh no, ICE took my wife." And they're all sharing this photo being like, "Oh no, look what ICE is doing to this poor white woman," because liberals are all racist. But turns out she's an illegal immigrant, and I don't care if she's Canadian or Honduran or whatever it might be. Lock her up.
I have
Violent
nothing
felon,
to say.
too.
Yeah.
Violent felon?
Well, I mean, a criminal.
Oh right.
Slap
Well,
someone.
Smacking someone simple assault's not a felony.
Well,
She did overstay
it is
her
violent.
visa, so
She struck a child.
Yeah.
A child.
Child
Yep.
beater.
She is a child
Unacceptable.
beater.
I think they should.
Have you seen her husband's like scrambling, like
Yeah.
let her out, let her out?
Oh,
You should lock him up too.
Yeah, low-key.
I don't know what he did, but
Well, I mean, is
He can
he
be with
here
his wife.
Being
illegally?
annoying. Yeah.
What's up?
Is he here illegally?
No, he's an American.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an
That's
American.
the reason why she's here.
Harboring a fugitive.
There you go. Harboring a fugitive from justice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, get him.
You know what my problem is? We just don't have law enforcement anymore.
We not only do we not have law enforcement, but we don't have judges that will actually
I'm just
throw the book at people anymore either.
we need a government that's going to be like a dad with a belt. You know what I mean?
Wish.
But I
And
don't
when the kid acts up, you know what you do? You take the belt. You ever do that thing where you fold the belt
Snap
over
it.
and you snap it?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And you're not actually hitting them. You're just freaking them out.
Yeah.
Just a little scare tactic.
Well, that's what we were doing with the ice raids, like the high profile ones and whatnot. And then we've kind of cooled down on those. We're like, hey, we should just deport them instead of doing these like stunts.
Right.
Belt snap.
But that was the equivalent of the belt snap. And, you know, there is one argument is like if you do the kind of shock and awe, then like it scares people into self-deporting.
I think it's worked a little bit.
It's worked a little bit, but I think I like Mark Wayne Mullen's approach a little more. It's like, let's just deport them instead of like having, you know, Kirsty Nome walk out in like Barbie heels or whatever.
You know what I want to talk to you guys about? My question is like, what should we invest in right now, knowing the population is collapsing? So you're going to get the AI robots to start making tacos, so ain't no taco jobs. And then you're going to get the LLMs to take over administrative jobs. So people are going to need, like, what do you do? Like, what do you invest in right? Do you short something?
One play I have, not financial advice, but I'm going to go ahead and give the game away because I'm already leveraged, is, and again, not financial advice. Actually, don't do this.
Put it all in Argentina for Sunday?
That, yes, but also I bought a ton of Levi's stock because I'm like, everyone's losing weight because of Ozempic, so they got to buy new jeans.
Wait, you bought
That's kinda
stock in
smart.
Levi?
That's kind of smart.
Yeah. Wrangler. If there's any like publicly offered jean companies, I would just
Really?
gobble it up because it's like their next earning reports. The earning reports are going to be going up for the next few months or next few
that's
quarters because everyone needs.
That's a good point. When population collapses and people are starving and we're in a depression, they're going to have to buy new clothes or belts.
Yeah. Well, the problem. So one guy.
Or belts.
One guy made a big mistake was when COVID. This is where I got the idea for the play from. Is one guy when COVID hit. He's like, I'm going to buy Levi's stock because everyone's been sitting at home. They got fat, so they got to go buy new jeans.
So smart.
Earnings report came along. They smashed it, and he's like, let's go. But the stock tanked
Why?
because they were like, well, everyone's already bought their jeans now, so they don't need new
afterwards.
ones.
Oh, and they closed all the stores.
Can you short Torrid? You know what Torrid is? You know what Torrid is, right?
Yeah, it's like Spencer's, but better, kind of.
Torrid?
Yeah.
No, it's the
company?
fat chick store.
Is it?
It's the mall where all the mannequins are morbidly obese.
Oh.
They should call it Torment.
And they have like
I thought it was
they
like
call it what?
Spencer's, isn't
Call
it?
it Torment.
No, Spencer's.
Well,
is
Torrid is a combination of what is it?
Lane
Torrid
Bryant
and
and something.
Snubby.
I was gonna say tormented and horrible,
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
horrid.
Yeah.
That's such an awful name, Torrid.
It is
I
hard.
thought it was like a Bitcoin company or something.
Could you
No, I know
imagine?
it's
You know
a
what's really
whole
funny? So the conspiracy theory, it's not even a conspiracy theory, is that the Dove Real Beauty campaign, Dove is owned by Unilever, and Ben and Jerry's at the time was as well. So it's like, imagine you're an executive and you're like,
Let's put them all together.
well, like women don't want to buy the ice cream because it makes them fat. And they were like, let's tell women it's okay to be fat.
Right.
So they did. And that way they could boost both sales.
Yep, let's put
and women got real fat and started pretending to like being fat when they really didn't.
No,
Yeah,
they,
if
And then they said, "Here, this drug will make you not fat anymore. And all the women are.
and all of them took it.
Yeah, because if
you
you're
invest in that.
if you're
A lot of 'em.
Frito-Lay, you own Cheetos, you own Doritos, you get the dust all over your fingers, they need to be buying up hand soap companies and then making the dust extra sticky.
I've seen
That would be a
commercials
play.
for
Make
like
the
fat
dust
people that
extra
have
sticky.
like soaps for every part of your body. Really weird.
Oh yeah, well it's the classic trope where men will use a 3-in-1, right? Like the body wash,
Yeah.
mouthwash.
Well, there's that. You see the meme, and it was like 17 in one, and it starts to get gradually more unhinged.
motor oil.
Yeah. It's like motor oil, nail polish remover,
Embalming
drain
fluid.
cleaner,
Yeah.
embalming fluid.
Yeah.
It's because guys don't actually care and women do.
Right.
And so here's the point. When they do the men's shampoo, expecting men to buy it, it's going to be like a gray bottle and it's going to say shampoo.
That's it.
But if they want women to buy it, it's going to say all these things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the guy's going to go, I
True.
don't know.
No, it's true.
I don't know anything about shampoo.
Yeah.
Good.
Beard shampoo.
There you go.
Soap.
Well, because some of I remember they had a while. They had like they call it like a charcoal scrub, and you're like, whoa, charcoal! I'm rubbing charcoal. First of all, it sounds weird. Why would you rub charcoal on yourself? Second of all, it was just little plastic flakes they were putting in the soap, and they're like, that's the charcoal, and it's like, no, that's that's microplastic shit
Yeah.
like smearing into your skin. The charcoal's like in the fluid.
There's a second there. They said it was good for your teeth.
Charcoal.
Charcoal, yeah.
Oh yeah, there
No,
was that.
I think it removes stains.
Oh,
I don't think it's
yeah.
like good for the teeth. It
was
just
that-
makes it look
Makes
better.
sense.
Yeah, there was one guy on Twitter and he was selling like a charcoal tooth powder, and then someone tested it and had like an absurd amount of iron in
The
it.
only thing charcoal is actually good for your body is for gas. It dissolves gas.
Like-
or it absorbs it.
Like fart gas.
Yeah, like farts.
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you
I'm
have
just-
bad gas, it'll.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
you
I'm just
take a
sitting here
charcoal pill.
being
that what
like,
you-
look, guys, we are on the forefront of all this news, and everybody watching is as well. And we're at peak 18-year-old. Universities are starting to go to business. Companies are starting to close. They can't find cheap labor. So maybe, like, how do you invest in Optimus robots? That's going to be hot.
Tesla.
Oh, really? That the Optimus bot is through Tesla, not SpaceX.
Well,
I guess
they're
both.
trying to merge them.
They're trying to merge them, but the reason they stopped
They're
making
going
the
to
Model
merge Tesla
S,
and SpaceX.
I don't think
It's going to be like
let
$1 billion a share.
Yeah, they won't let them.
they're going to try to. The Tesla, they stopped making the Tesla Model S, and I forget what other one. And the reason they're doing that is they're converting the production line into Optimus. They're making that the Optimus production line.
If check it out. Imagine the year is 1618. And some guy comes to you and he says, I have a great business opportunity for you to invest in right now. And you're like a British noble and you're like, well, I'm all ears. Imagine if that man said to you, labor. What if you could own the production, the labor? I mean, that's a no-brainer. You'd buy as much as possible, wouldn't you? Yeah. That's right now. Tesla's got these robots and there's a shortage of people. I think this is it. I think we should put everything into robots. I mean, find a robot startup that's rivaling Tesla with low-cost humanoid robots for labor.
I was gonna say the good thing is they don't need insurance for the most part. They don't need Social Security.
Well, they do need insurance.
They need insurance if
you're gonna buy a 30, right?
I'm not saying like health insurance.
Yeah, and you're legally allowed to demean them.
True.
It's gonna be
and
real.
Overwork them.
Have you guys played Beyond? Was it Detroit Beyond Human or whatever?
No.
That game from 10 years ago. It's like there's a bunch of androids everywhere, but then they become sentient and then have a revolution, and it's like a choose-your-own adventure.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was an actual video game, and then I played it, and it's like a movie with like choose your own adventure or whatever. But it's okay, whatever. It's a fun story. It's gonna happen.
I think
like something weird's gonna happen. You can't just have a bunch of robots doing all this labor because humans are gonna abuse them in really messed up ways, and then sooner the robots are gonna revolt.
Maybe.
Well, the robots aren't going to revolt in the way that humans think they are. It's not going to be like a robot being like, please don't hurt me, I'm alive. It's going to be like, you have caused damage to property.
Yeah.
Law enforcement has been informed. And then like law enforcement robots are going to come start beating the crap out of it.
Then the law enforcement is going to be robots. I was just watching.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I was just watching something on YouTube. There was a full engagement by the Ukrainian army that was all automated, right? Like just robots with guns just heading towards the Russians.
Or like the robot dog with the gun strap.
I think it was actually like a tracked vehicle. The robots won.
It was AI or was it real?
Well, they were it was real. It was real. It was a full assault fully by robot drones and ground robots.
Wow. Sure, here's a summer offensive.
Yeah,
ChatGPT response.
But like that kind of like people say, oh, that's coming. It's here, man. Like I just had I'm talking about putting out a new record, and so we just took the deal from one of the labels that we're talking to, or one of the companies that we're talking to, and I gave it to my lawyer, and I also put it into my AI, and I said, Tank, review this and give me the points. He gave me the points. And he gave me the list of things that he's like, blah, 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 these are whatever. And I sent it off to my manager, and my manager was like, holy shit, this can do this now. I'm like, bro, it's been able to do it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like the amount of the things that AI can do right now. In fact, I just saw, and I might have said this yesterday, but I just saw that there was an operation on a gallbladder removal, not from a human, but from an animal, gallbladder removal that was done by a robot. Now, it wasn't done by a robot, like it wasn't like a robot thing. It was a humanoid robot that worked the controls that a human normally does.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this too. Like, you're going to go and talk to a doctor, and you're going to say, how many of these procedures have you done in your life? And he's going to be, 50 years old or whatever. He's going to be like, I've done 500, of these specific procedures. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to go and you're going to talk to a robot that's been in service for 18 months, but there's, 5,000 of them around the world, and they've all done so many. And they're going to say, they all link, and they're going to say, well, we've done 362,000. Which one are you going to pick?
Or something, right?
Yeah. Which one are you going to pick? You're going to pick the one that's done 360,000. And everyone's going to go to robot doctors and stuff like that in the future. There might be people that are overseeing them, but even now, doctors, they're taking taking X-rays, and they're looking at stuff, and they're feeding it into AI, and they're getting, hey, this is probably what it is. Yeah. And then obviously humans in the loop, but that's only going to last for so long, So
I was researching this a little while ago, and actually the best investments, not advice for anybody. I always say this because, it's not my fault if you lose your money. Not Tesla or humanoid robots. It's the like the actuators and the electric motors. So the companies that supply those to Tesla's doing like the framing and the coding, But these companies that make the components are going to be selling to everyone.
Bearings.
Yep.
Yep, stuff like that, like the bearings for the motors and stuff like that. I actually just was looking at an ETF that has a bunch of companies that supply those types of things. I mean, in the gold rush, people didn't get rich off of gold; they got rich selling picks and shovels.
We should just pull like an Allbirds and just turn Timcast into a bearing manufacturing company.
I mean, it doesn't sound particularly.
That was Allbirds, right? They're just like, we're a data company now.
I don't remember what the name of the company, but I know
Allbirds, yeah.
I know who you're talking about. They were a shoe company,
right? Yeah.
It was. Now it's a AI services
They're just like,
company.
and as soon as they did that, their stock went through the roof.
Yeah.
People that were just like, man, I thought I was getting kicks, and now it's like, now I'm in AI, and I got, my investment is
And think about
as
that, yeah.
10x.
Serious question for the people that are watching. Like, what do you think the future of the world looks like? Like, this is not going to change, right? Like, we know that this is going to keep going this way with robots, with AI. Like, do you think it's going to be maybe not legally, but more of a like socialistic like society where everyone's just kind of chilling? Like, you have robots to make the food, you have robots to cook the food, and you're not working nearly, maybe, like, what are we gonna have, a 2-day work week maybe?
No, I
eventually?
mean, so I personally think that robots and AI and stuff are going to actually increase productivity.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
So
We
like,
don't have to work as much. We're just chilling.
well, I mean,
that want to be
I think that there's going to be people that are still going to decide to work, right?
Right.
Like, so when labor saving machines came out, Europe decided they're going to go with the free time that they provided. In the United States, they decided they were going to double their productivity.
Right.
When the car came out and the price of gas used to be prohibitive of people driving, when the price of gas dropped, people didn't save the money and drive the same amount. The amount of driving went through the roof. The size of vehicles
So you
increased.
think it's good? You think we're gonna do more stuff?
Yeah, we'll do
more
more
traveling, more more cooking, more helping, whatever it is.
Because the thing is, people will, and the world is going to change without a question, right?
Oh, yeah.
The things that people do,
Everyone will have a podcast.
yeah, 200 years ago or 300 years ago, there weren't therapists, right? There weren't podcasters, 50 years ago. But these jobs have been created because of the technologies, and I think that that's going to happen a lot. There's going to be a lot
And
of
we're gonna
new
lose a
things.
lot of jobs because
Yep.
of the technology.
Yeah, Taco Bell's gone.
One of the only jobs that's actually disappeared because of technology, and I'm sure there are probably more, but one of the very few that I know about is the elevator operator. Used to be where the guy would stand
Well,
there.
there's a lot of jobs that are gone due to technology.
Like what?
Archer.
Archer, like the
Yeah.
guy that like,
Fair-
like
No,
fair enough.
Governments are no longer employing archers
Yeah.
or pikemen or phalanxes.
Yes, that's
in this
true.
Trebuchet operator.
That's
How about
true.
that one?
But the military is still in existence.
How about there's certainly novelty jobs, but like chariot driver,
Yes, yeah, the people that
carriage
that-
driver,
Yeah.
whatever that job was
Yeah.
called.
So chimney sweeps at all?
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
You do?
definitely. Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. If you got a chimney, you need someone to sweep it. It can still catch on fire. The soot that gets on there is super flammable.
Oh.
But yeah, I personally think that there's going to be
Town crier.
the people
There's a
that
lot
throw-
of
the
jobs
people
that are gone
The people
to
that throw rocks at the window to wake people up.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd been
Yeah.
awesome.
People you'd hire people to come and they would throw
They would
pebbles at
throw
your window.
rocks. Yeah,
Well,
it's
because you
really-
used to have the paper route. Those people just have Twitters now. It's the same thing. Like, here's the
Carrier
news.
pigeons gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paperboy's gone.
Well, yeah, but they just became Twitter posters, and now they're
Right.
getting Twitter revenue. Hey, here's the news, and it's just a meme.
Yeah.
It's like that's the same thing.
Yeah.
What about bridge toll operator?
There's
Oh, the
people- there's still
trolls.
toll
Was that-
operators.
No, there's not.
It's
At
very,
all?
It's very rare.
When was the last time you seen a toll operator?
Yeah,
Because
they're all-
now it's all
Italy-
toll by plate.
in Italy, that you press the button and they talk to you.
Yeah,
So
you go-
you're in like an air conditioned space somewhere else.
Every toll I've gone through in the past 10 years has been either toll by plate
Yeah, it's
or
automatic.
iPass.
the
No,
only
the-
ones,
like
the only
the
ones I see toll operators is Jersey, and they like hand you like a punch card. Like
yeah,
from the
and
1950s.
like you go across the George Washington, you still got to talk to someone, especially like if you're in a bus or an
Blackjack
18-wheeler or
dealer.
something like that. That's gone.
So there's a lot of casinos that are starting to phase out physical blackjack tables, and they're just putting in these robot blackjack tables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
they're,
No more- no more count count-
but they're
count.
also doing. They have kiosks where there'll be one dealer for like 50 tables, and then everyone gets the same exact cards. It's pretty wild. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, so if you choose to hit and someone else doesn't, then they'll just leave your hand as it is on the screen, and then they'll pull another card out for all players it's like it's digital.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, of course there are still tables, but if you go to like I think like Empire City Casino in New York doesn't have blackjack tables.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's all just electric, and it's just like some like PlayStation 1 graphics Asian lady. No, that's not fair. It's PlayStation 3 at least.
At least.
Yeah.
You know what I do think though? What's believe it or not, what I think is going to happen. I think people already are starving for intimacy, and I think it's going to become even more relevant.
You know,
I really do.
I was talking to a guy just the other day about this. The way that people interact with AI and with chat, with like even with ChatGPT,
Yeah.
right? You can actually have like a normal conversation
Yeah.
with it. Once you close the context window, it goes away. But if you have like some kind of AI agent, like I've got an OpenClaw agent at my house, you can have full on conversations
Yeah.
with it, and it today
It feels real.
feels like a person.
does.
And that's
it's sad.
it's only going to get more like it's a little, in my opinion, it's a little too complimentary, and it's
Oh,
not.
it hypes you up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but
and I've actually told my agent, like, look,
Be a little more mean to me?
don't BS me. Don't BS me.
give me the truth. Don't be a little
Don't do this. And it remembers that stuff. But that's part of the point. It remembers that when it's interacting with me, it doesn't BS me.
Right.
It doesn't.
Where it doesn't is if you're a man, you're asking for relationship advice. It's like, what are you doing? But if it's like a woman, you could literally be like, yeah, I just killed my husband. Be like, nice. He totally had that.
Right,
guy.
ChatGPT is
You liberated
woke as hell,
yourself.
Yeah, right.
Oh, check this out. Check this out. We got here's a list of jobs that are gone. Lamplighters.
Okay.
People
Yep,
used to
okay.
walk around
Yep.
lighting
Right.
gas lamps.
Right.
Now
right.
people change
Ice
the bullet.
cutters
Yeah.
used to be a common thing. A ship would carry a gigantic block of ice covered in sawdust.
True.
They would deliver it into a basement in like New York,
didn't know
and then ice cutters would hack at it and then deliver ice, and the ice would last all year.
You have to keep it underground.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, underground covered in sawdust.
Yeah.
And it would stay frozen for a long time. Buggy whip makers.
Oh, yeah.
People who used to make buggy whips, knocker ups. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah,
They-
yeah.
They come and they throw things. Farriers. These are blacksmiths for horses.
Okay.
Yeah. Telegraph operator.
Just mobile mechanics.
Telegraph operator is gone. Candle makers. Although that's not fair because people still do like.
Make candles.
There's novelty.
Yeah.
People still like candles either way.
Right, right.
Chimney
Make
sweeps
candles
are
right
gone.
down the street from my house in New England. Yeah.
There's no longer common chimney sweeps. It's now been lumped into general HVAC work, and it's very uncommon for people to.
Yeah, I was thinking about like when they send the
Dedicated.
children down the
Scribes.
chimney in England. Yeah.
Scribes? There's still scribes.
The people who used to load the printing press letter by letter.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elevator operators. Phil said that. Switchboard operators.
There's still
pin
elevator
setters.
operators in New York.
Yo, pin setters.
What's a pin
Oh,
setter?
the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Oh,
They used to
yeah, okay.
actually
Oh,
go
yeah,
and
that
They
was
did. There were
physically.
people that, well, there's still people that need to go back there and fix the machines, though. So I guess that's the
That's
job they took
crazy.
over.
Back in the day when you'd go bowling, every time you'd throw the ball, a guy would have to put the pins up for you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
Imagine you get like a
crazy.
slow one. You're like,
Projectionists.
Yeah.
Man.
they like
theaters.
projector
Really?
insecurities on you.
Man. Linotype operators.
What's that?
Computer typesetting.
Linotype is
Milkman.
Milkman, yeah.
The milkman.
Oh, I know.
We got Oberweis
I know
in
a guy that
Illinois,
called
though.
himself
Is that still
Milkman.
around?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Linotype is a way of printing. It's like it's like carving into something. It's like when you wave.
Let's go.
Like if you want to print a
Dictaphone operator.
like you could print this.
know what that
you
is.
just sketch it out. You would cut it.
Travel
print it,
agents.
And then
That makes sense.
Travel agents.
Travel agents are gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Bro, it used to be that if you wanted to book a flight, you had to go to an agency because they used the Sabre system.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have access to any of that stuff. So you had to go to a person and say, how do I, like if you wanted to fly from New York to Hawaii, you had to go to an agent who's going to be like, let me figure out the flights for you that will get you to Cal. And then they'd be like, okay, so I got this travel plan. Here when your flight's going to be. Here's where you have to get a car. Now you just go online and the airline does it all in one go. That's crazy. Oh, here's one. Blockbuster video clerk.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's still one left. Isn't there still one Blockbuster video?
A
left?
novelty, though,
Supposedly?
yeah.
Oregon or something.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
Just the smell of that place.
Toll booth operators in here. Yeah, because most states have just done.
They have them in Jersey.
by plate.
I know for sure in Jersey.
Yeah, but Jersey also you're not allowed to pump your own gas.
Yeah, you're not.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's communism. It's communism.
It's
They
just
create
jobs
fake
for everyone.
jobs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
jobs.
exactly. Fake jobs.
Big jobs.
The red pill is like large swaths of the military or a job.
Encyclopedia salesman. Bro, that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Train signalman. Oh, bro, lighthouse keepers.
I think they're gone too.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're actually if this is a list of things that are totally gone, or just things that are like
Used to be.
Well, but let's be real. Like,
Right.
candle maker used to be like a chandler. It used to be a very, very, very common job. Now it's like an arts and crafts thing for like white liberal women who have too much time on their hands.
Yes.
well, there's still someone that
Exactly what
runs
it
the
is.
machine.
Like
that
Piper
makes the
Chapman and
candle.
all
Your
just
Hobby
black
Lobby.
with
Like, to be fair, I don't think it's fair to say candle makers are gone, because there are factories that mass produce candles because people
what you
still want candles for intimate settings.
Right.
So I don't think that one's
It's a
fair.
luxury. It's like a luxury or
You know what?
Made
You know what
it-
technology has made obsolete? Guitar players and singers. No longer needed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Specifically for
well-
like rock.
Yeah, or
Drummers.
like metal.
Yeah, I'd say metal.
Yeah, metal. No longer necessary.
Yeah, especially the ones that wear hats.
You know what the bad thing about that is? I feel like it's always going to be it's going to sound weird, but part of the beauty of music is that it's, even when somebody is singing a song, it's always slightly different if it's live.
I hate that.
Really?
The worst thing in the world is like there's a song that you like and the singer decides to change it
No,
live.
I don't mean like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I just mean even they might like mess up a little bit. Not. I'm just saying like it's not perfect. That's part
What,
of the
what am I
art of it.
paying for, huh? A half-ass job?
Oh,
no,
I hate.
sing it
I
right.
know. I
They
remember.
just hire a robot to sing.
That's right.
I remember I was watching, I think it was MSNBC or something, and they were talking about when Jose Canseco did the national anthem, but he like did a little twist on it. And they were like, wasn't that crazy? Everyone booed him. I'm like, I would have been chirping him out of the stadium. You kidding me? Don't switch up the national
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
I
there's
hate when
certain things you
every
don't
single time someone sings the national anthem, they do some weird flair. It's like, no.
Sing it.
You gotta
I heard
sing
that.
it the right way.
Isn't the Star Spangled Banner a cover anyway? It's like a Weird Al version.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, like
it-
Francis Scott Key, Weird Al,
but
some song.
most songs are set to like British pub tunes, so it's kind of redundant. Where they're like, "Oh, you know, it was originally a British pub tune." Like every melody we know was like, of course they came up with it somewhere, probably drinking. That's like how ideas work until recently.
It was a popular British song. Let's see.
You
It was
know what?
originally, it was the Anacreontic song.
But these things weren't like institutionalized. It was just like people would know the melody, and then they
Yep.
put lyrics to the melody.
I have a question. So you really would want, like, if there were two different people, what's your favorite band?
I don't know.
Pick one. All right.
Well,
Well,
that
I'm just gonna say Aerosmith because that's for some reason that came into my head. Steven Tyler, you can have a robot version of him sing the song in front of you, or you can have actual Steven Tyler. Who would you
So,
Was
so
it-
if you're
Wait,
if
hold on. Say, I could have a robot, Steven Tyler,
pick? Right.
and he'll do whatever I tell him to do.
Like just singing
Robot.
like perfection.
Whatever.
I'll tell you why. The robot will be inexpensive. I can choose the songs that I want, and he can do a backflip.
Okay. The reason
I'd be like,
asked
I
that-
want to hear "Dream On," and I want you to do a backflip while singing it.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
The reason I asked that is because currently that's not how the world works for the majority of things, right? And let me explain.
Don't
When
the
we're
bar
talking
mitzvahs, they book
about
artists?
music and art, it's different.
I'm
Are you on my team or his team in this one?
well, it depends.
I'll give an example. If I give you a Van Gogh painting, if I literally had the ability to make every single stroke, when I say every single stroke,
Yep.
perfection,
Yep.
exactly the same as Vincent Van Gogh, which one do you think people will buy?
Well, people would buy the Van Gogh because
Why?
of what? Because of the history with it. But when you're
But it's the
talking,
same exact thing.
when you're
I
talking
definitely don't want Van Gogh in
about-
my house. He
But
was
it's the
crazy.
same exact thing. It's not about the history.
when you're
tell you what I
want.
talking,
The guy,
listen,
just the
listen. When you're talking about live artists now, the idea of not having perfection from the vast majority of your big acts, most of them are using auto-tune live.
Yeah.
They're playing to a click. And you know, if you're talking about like the really top performers like Taylor Swift, when she's preparing for a tour, she doesn't just sing all the songs. She sings all of her songs on a treadmill.
Yeah.
So she gets to the point where she's
Stamina.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
can
of
do
course.
all the stuff when she's running.
Right.
So like you're
like
talking
Brendan
about the
Urie did, too.
top kind of when you're talking about A-list top tier artists, they've got everything that you could possibly have working in their favor. You're probably not going to hear a bad note, right?
True.
So now when you're talking about someone like Aerosmith, yeah, they don't do that kind of stuff. They've been around long enough where they're like, no, we're just going to do it live and stuff.
Right.
And there are still bands that do that. But when you're dealing with like the big pop stars and stuff like that, I mean, nowadays auto-tune on vocals live like that's part of the show because they use that effect in their songs anyways.
Right,
So
and then it's going to sound too different, then people are going to be like, that's not even the same person, right? That makes sense.
and it is, and it's also worth noting that like when you've got, and I've said this before on the show, like when you've got music that's being released, that's literally perfect, right? It's all on the grid. So it's all perfectly in time. Nobody does like a record, or very few people do records that are like that have any feel anymore. And people get used to hearing that. When they hear things that are not on the grid, when they hear things that aren't perfectly tuned, they start saying that just sounds bad.
Bro, remember back in the day, if you wanted to record a song, they'd bring all the dudes into the studio room at the same time, balance the mics, and they would all play the song, actually play it in the studio live. And that's what the recording was.
Multiple takes. Yep.
Even the first time I recorded a song, I still played the guitar for my drummer to lay down like the drums. I played it live for him to set the click.
Bro, it's over. We're a year away from AI generated complete movies. Not even kidding. We've been talking about it. AI music is already here. It's done. Yeah. I took Phil's song, and I had Paramore sing it.
Yeah, it actually it sounded great.
Yeah.
It sounded good?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Really?
And then I loaded it into an AI, and then I said, make it female pop punk vocals. And because Hayley Williams is probably the most notable female, I was saying this the other day that Amy Lee and Hayley Williams probably got to sue these AI companies because they're
Using their likeness.
If they were to sell it. It's inadvertent. And it's interesting to argue whether or not a voice is somebody's. But there's certain things about it you can tell because Amy Lee has billions upon billions of streams and purchase and sales and songs. When you do that kind of like hard rock, gothic rock, alt rock female vocals, it always makes it Amy Lee.
Yep.
And if you do pop punk or pop rock, it always makes it Hayley Williams.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's just because when the AI is training on this data, it's getting insane amounts of samples from these prominent artists, and it's making the voices. It's pretty.
If it's not training, it's not training exclusively on those people.
Nobody.
It's training on people that are emulating them in their, because they sound similar.
And there's nothing you do about it because here's the thing. There are people who are challenging these AI companies, saying like, we're going to sue you for using our videos. It's transformative. It's fair use, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but if I take 10 sounds from 10 pop artists and alter them, combine them, you cannot say that's your song anymore.
True.
You ever see how they made the song "Numb"? I think by Linkin Park.
Yes, of course.
That violin intro was from a James Bond movie, and they reversed it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then there was also a lawsuit that I think Skrillex was in, and then he showed how he transformed it, and it's not the same sound anymore. You can't claim ownership on it.
Right.
That was the Linkin Park thing you're talking about, right? From
Linkin Park, yeah. The violin, they reversed it.
Right.
Yeah. So when an AI takes all of these different pieces and makes a new song, even if it sounds like some of these other artists or songs, it's just transformative. It's literally what fair use is.
Yeah, but I would disagree with you when you're literally mimicking not mimicking, you're taking somebody's voice.
Nope.
It's AI.
If I do an impression of Phil, can Phil sue me?
No, I would say that's different. But that's coming out of your mouth, and that's not AI.
That's not fair. If I take my guitar right now and I tweak the EQ so that it sounds just like All That Remains, can they sue me? No, you can't own that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh. Yep.
Well, didn't they?
Not only that, but some
music?
people naturally just sound like other people.
Yep.
Right.
What are you gonna do? Sue them?
Right.
You sound too much like me.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's.
Nah, it's over, man. I'm really excited for the AI movies because I'm gonna fix Star Wars. It's gonna be so amazing.
You're gonna make it more like Spaceballs?
No. What? I'm gonna fix them. I didn't say ruin them.
Some people would say that was fixing them.
No, like the first thing I'm gonna fix is when Anakin is there with Palpatine, and then he's like, "Help me, Anakin! I'm too weak. Please don't kill me." I just have Anakin stand there and be like, "I ain't doing nothing. Like this is crazy, bro. I'm not even a Jedi Master. You're the Chancellor, and he's the Jedi Council guy. You deal with it yourself." And then Mace Windu just kills him, and then he's like, "That's it." Although to be fair, the Jedi Council were the bad guys, in my opinion.
They were the terrorists, right?
No, the Jedi Council. There's a really great post where they were like, in the movies, there's slavery, corruption. The Trade Federation invades a planet and kidnaps their leaders, and the Jedi Council is sitting on their fat asses, soaking in all the wealth of Coruscant, being like, I ain't doing nothing about it. Send somebody else. Yeah. Like, they were awful bureaucrats who never did their jobs. I'm not saying Palpatine was a good guy either, but holy crap, look at what happened. You know,
he's kind of like Assad. It's like he's a stabilizing force. The vacuum's much worse. You got to deal with it.
Exactly.
Okay, blew up Alderaan. Okay, big deal. You know, what were they contributing?
Nobody liked Alderaan.
Yeah, seriously.
It was the whole planet was a city anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's even it was climate. It was bad for climate change or whatever. Carbon emissions.
Yeah, I'm Coruscant first. I'm not worried about what's going on over Alderaan. Let them handle their own affairs.
That's like the only thing bad the Empire's ever been shown to do in the original series.
Yeah.
Is just blow up a planet.
Everything is just implied. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they decided with all the new movies, like we have to show the Empire doing bad things.
Yeah, they're like.
But in Andor, they really nailed it.
See, the teddy bears are attacking them, so they must be the bad guys. It's like I don't know. I don't think I'd get along with the Ewoks very well.
I'm really mad about Star Wars, and I think we should be allowed to retcon everything that is bad. So, like the MCU, the past 6 years, we should be allowed to say no. Boruto, right? For those who don't know, that's the continuation of Naruto. Gone. Just no, Kishimoto. That's never happened. Like they did this with Dragon Ball GT. In fact, after Dragon Ball Z, they made GT, and everyone's like, "Let's just stop and erase that." It never happened. And then they created a new series that pretends as though that never happened, and we all agree that never happened.
Really?
Dragon Ball GT is not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Not canon.
No, I mean it is in its own weird way, but
it's like Mormonism. I guess.
I think it was still made by Akira Toriyama, but they I don't know, it's like 15 years ago, they were like, let's just pretend that whole thing we did in the 90s never happened, and then just do a new series where people actually liked the show. And I say that's true for Star Wars, because when you think about it, like, there's a funny post where someone wrote, Han Solo is like, Darth Vader must think Han Solo is the most badass guy in the universe, because just think about it. He shows up in Cloud City with his son, his daughter, his, like, the Wookiee that fought him on some planet. He's got the droid that he built as a kid, as well as the R2 unit that was used by Obi-Wan. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, a lot of aura.
Yeah.
And he was Indiana Jones.
That's true.
And the guy in Blade Runner.
Star Wars is just a broken hodgepodge disaster with lesbian space witches.
And he escaped prison in Chicago and then, like, somehow stayed in Chicago and then found the guy that killed his wife. Like, he's done everything.
Can we all agree that Star Wars is dead?
You want to laugh? I've actually never seen the movies.
Any of them?
Never.
Well, so what happens is...
I don't really see any movies. I don't watch TV.
You're going to like this, though. I've
seen Spaceballs, which
but you know what the Force is, right?
Of course.
Yeah, use the Force, and it's like telekinesis and whatever. Mm-hmm. So they decided a few years ago to explain the Force, and it's lesbian space witches created it. That's not a joke.
That's what they said?
Yeah, a bunch of...
concept?
It's not a joke. This is literally. Yeah, a bunch of lesbian witches came together and, like, chanted and, like, created...
And that's what created the Force?
Something like that, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was the
well,
show,
back in the 70s,
a show called The Acolyte.
You know.
And they were like, the
That's a
Force
big
is
deal.
female.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all, like, new Star Wars stuff.
And that's where feminism
Well,
started.
it must be real, like midi-chlorians.
Well, that was...
You've got tiny cells in your body, midi-chlorians, and there's very many of them.
That was way less bad than the witches created the Force.
How come everything became retarded after the 2000s?
You know
what I mean?
I don't...
Like-
well, that was in 1998, so...
No, I know, and that was fine. Like the prequels were kind of just like, you know.
Yeah.
They kind of lost the adventure and
We had the best childhood. We had all the
What
best
was it,
movies, everything.
I think it was like George Lucas was saying that of the prequels, he was making it for children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in the 70s when he made Star Wars, it was for the children then.
I didn't know that.
And then in the late 90s and early 2000s, he was like, what children want now is hero action stuff.
Right.
So that's what we're doing. And they should have never have made the Phantom Menace. That was deeply offensive, but you know, we'll give him a pass. I also love there's a post where it's like, because in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin meets Grievous for the first time. In the Clone Wars series, the writers had to twist themselves into knots to make sure Anakin never met the antagonist of the whole series.
Oops.
I mean, Gen Z could have been 60-70% LGBT if it weren't for Natalie Portman in those movies, though.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman
Did a lot for heterosexuality.
She looked great. She still looks
He said that did a lot.
She's like our Harvey Milk in a lot of ways. When you think about it.
What, she had a child lover?
Maybe. I don't know.
I said that
Whatever
to
did it work.
somebody. I said that to somebody in Hollywood Pride, and they got pissed.
About Harvey Milk having a 16-year-old? He was
He had
banging
milk in his
a kid.
name.
They're trying to change the name of the USS Harvey Milk, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to change the name of the ship, yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
Trump is?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about they're going to give all the soldiers testosterone.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
idea.
that story.
We are. That's the first step
like that
towards Steve Rogers.
We're going to have a
every
bunch of
soldier's
just
Captain America.
dudes jacked
Beefy
up on
dudes.
tea, all like ripped and angry, and be like, I want to fight.
I tell you what, there's already a lot of dudes in the military that are juicing. So.
Yeah, we won't even give them guns. They'll just run out and start punching all the Iranians. That'll be awesome.
I mean, look, if I understand correctly, they're going to be testing everyone's testosterone level, and if you have like a deficiency, that's how it's going to start. But it's not going to be very long until they're just like, all right,
Give it to everybody.
Yep.
You know, honestly, I think there's actually a really
cried
simple
once.
reason
Give it
why.
to him.
I think there's a really simple reason why dudes are low T, and it's because we don't carry things anymore. And it's not a joke. It used to be up to 100 and something years ago. You're on a farm, you lift big
Literally,
bags,
physically, yeah.
and
Physical labor.
what is it? Muscle resistance and like strength training generates makes your body produce testosterone.
Right.
The
So now we
best.
got a bunch of these weak soy boys like remember the Try Guys on BuzzFeed?
Yes.
It's like 10 years ago now. It's like this is the ancient magic from the internet.
Embarrassing.
The old lore. But they were like, we're going to get our testosterone levels checked. And they weren't even surprised or scared.
It was like a 5-year-old girl's testosterone.
It was like 80-year-old
Yeah,
men.
bad.
These guys, what was it, like 200 or something?
Yeah.
And they were like, look at that. And I'm like, bro,
It's not good.
I'm surprised the producer was like, guys, we can't air this. You need medical intervention.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like you are dying. Do you
Yeah.
have kneecaps? Like, did your body develop normally? You're lacking hormones.
You don't think it's because of the food stuff also?
Nah.
No,
Really?
I mean, look, the best way to naturally increase your testosterone is squat, heavy squats.
Let me ask you boys here this
I'm a woman,
question.
but, yeah.
Let me, Phil, how many push-ups have you done today?
I did legs today.
You did legs today. Okay, how many squats you do today?
I did goblet squats. I did like 50. I did lunges.
I asked you first because I know that you work out regularly.
Yeah, I did lunges.
you?
I
What
did
about
leg
you, Tate?
extensions.
One.
Yeah, I was laying on the floor earlier.
So you just pushed yourself up.
Just got up.
I did 30 push-ups.
Just
I didn't do anything intense. If I'm not skating, then I'll try to just mix in some push-ups randomly.
Yeah.
You just got to do it. You just got to do it.
Yeah, I
And like if I'm not working out, I'll just if I'm like, you know what, look, I got 15 seconds. Let's just get some strength in
I
there.
did chest on Monday. I did legs today. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the gym tomorrow. I did a half an hour cardio and an hour of
Yeah,
cardio.
Monday is skateboarding, so it's legs.
Yeah.
Tuesday I'll do some, I'll do a little bit of upper body. Wednesday I eat mushrooms, punch bricks, and jump on turtles.
There you go.
Thursday it's back to skateboarding again.
Good
I
stuff.
respect that.
Yeah,
That's a good routine.
we have a lot of turtles around here, and so you jump on them once, and then you can kick them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go flying, and
West
but you got to be careful because they'll bounce back at
It's a
you.
West Virginia thing.
It is a West Virginia.
Panhandle. It's a panhandle.
Yeah,
You
it's
would
like
get it.
Super
Just like Super
Mario.
Mario.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just loving that. It is kind of crazy though that there's probably something to the food or plastics.
That's what everybody's been saying, but I don't know who the hell.
No, I do think so because we wouldn't need to give our military members testosterone if that wasn't the case because they do PT, and so they're
right, exactly.
Yeah, and they're getting
They're constantly getting that workout on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, if you take testosterone, it does help recovery time, for damaged muscles and stuff. I don't think that there's a problem. Look, everybody loves not everybody. People on the left are perfectly fine with birth control. Some people on the right are. People on the left are perfectly fine with, all kinds of hormones for trans people and stuff. Mm-hmm. The idea that it's a problem for men to take testosterone when they're in the military, especially if you're like talking about like infantry guys or whatever, you want those people to be able to have the fastest recovery you can. Mm-hmm. They give them all kinds of what's it called? They give them all kinds of caffeine and stuff to stay awake. Giving them testosterone to help recovery time and help build muscle. That's a no-brainer in my opinion.
I agree.
Or not even giving them, allowing them the option. Right, like because you're not forced. So just saying, okay, if you want, you can go get tested, and if you want to get testosterone replacement, it's fine.
Nah, it should be mandatory. I mean, no, I'm not joking.
For real?
They give these guys crazy shots all the time. And testosterone is not a crazy vaccine that's going to kill you. If you are
something
low
your body
T,
needs, yeah.
they should tell you are in the military. We are prescribing this for you. It's good for you. We're not.
Right.
They're not mandating you get some like
COVID
crazy
vaccine,
untested vaccine or something.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of dudes, especially the guys that are.
The reason I say this though is because there's going to be some like scrawny soy boy guy feminist who's going to be like, I don't want it, and as soon as you give him that one shot, he's going to be like, Trump.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does make you more tend to.
It makes you vote Trump. It just does.
Yeah.
This is what the liberals don't understand is that the moment your T levels go up, you're just like, I just must vote Trump.
Yeah,
You just got to vote for Trump.
it literally does make people more right leaning. It's true.
Lifting
real?
weights makes people right wing
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
because of testosterone.
That's
Increasing
interesting.
testosterone.
Because it just makes you not like you know what it is. I think it's a combination.
I mean,
of
that
things,
makes a lot of sense if you look at the queer community, not the gay community. Queer.
But there's a couple things
They
to it.
all
If
look
you're
like-
someone who's willing to do the work to improve yourself,
Yeah.
you are not going to be persuaded by somebody who's like, but I don't want to do work.
Yeah.
Right.
It
I should
also
get
Let
to
everybody
own
else handle
everything.
it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
testosterone does have the effect to lower neuroticism a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Well, that makes sense.
And it makes you euphoric. It makes depression go away. That's why I said men don't need therapy. They need to lift heavy things.
Yeah.
And then all the feminists get really angry, and then they start yelling at me. Well, they were really yelling at Phil.
Yeah.
And then I just agreed with them, and then they attached my name to it for SEO. So
It's good to get out and exercise. It's good for your body. It's good for your mental health. I mean, this isn't like some kind of, secret knowledge. Like everybody knows, go touch grass, go take a walk,
Yeah.
go do things and get some sun.
get a runner's high.
Yeah, like these kind of things are good for you. This isn't some
You know,
kind of
what I recommend? Because if you're not a long distance runner, you can't run great distances. It's not super easy, but ride your bike.
Very good for you.
Bro, I used to ride my bike from Brooklyn to Manhattan when I used to work for Fusion. And so it was probably like a 5-mile ride, but up the bridge, I just would not stop. And by the time it was just painful.
Out of breath.
Yeah.
Pushing, and then when you get to the top, it's just like you're
Euphoria.
high.
Oh, yeah,
You're
literally.
just whacked out of your mind. You're
Literally.
like, oh.
And another thing about going to the gym and exercising and stuff is like there's a lot of people that as soon as they feel some kind of stress, as soon as things get a little hard, they're like, oh, and it's like your body when you're like trying, you're like at like 40%. You've got a whole lot more in the tank. Discomfort is where you start actually making progress. And that's the same whether you're trying to learn an instrument like playing guitar or playing piano or whatever, or if you're lifting weights or whatever. Discomfort is where you actually start
make the
making changes. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not doing enough.
You're not getting those. What do they call the little ripples?
Yeah, they
tears
make
in your
little
muscles?
tears in your
Striations.
muscles. Yeah.
You know what we should do? Here's an idea. We should have a national program for like morning calisthenics. And then everybody can wake up and at like 6 a.m. It's like, all right, everybody, we're going to do like deep knee bends and squats. And we can put cameras in everybody's homes and then a screen where they can see Trump's face as he tells them what to do.
That's a good
and we
idea.
film them to make sure they do it. And if they don't, they get sent to a re-education center.
I think it's great.
We can weld them into their apartment or something.
Finally put those flock cameras to use. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Weld them into their apartment.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And like
The only thing we got to watch out for, though, is like a woman in a Dago with a sledgehammer who might run in and throw the sledgehammer at the TV
Yeah,
that everyone's watching.
smash it.
I mean, how rude was that? You know
That
what I
was
mean?
so rude of her.
It's a terrible commercial.
Everybody was watching that show,
Yeah, they were
and she
dialed
comes in and she's like, "I don't want you to watch it."
It was like locked in.
What if you were sitting at home, like all your friends were watching Timcast IRL, and some like lady came in and just threw a hammer at your TV?
You're at like a World Cup watch party in the final 90th minute penalty, and then all of a sudden just a lady comes up with a sledgehammer.
So let's do this. Let's do this before we go to the. So this is the Calci prediction markets. I got my. I'm for Argentina, and I'm gonna tell you why. So Calci's got Spain at 57.7, Argentina's at 42.2. But see, the thing is, South America is America Junior, and that's more America than Europe.
Yep.
And screw Europe. So Spain's
Spain's
for
popular.
Argentina.
Spain's got a
Wanna see
lot
some
of
crazy
commies as
lore?
well.
Is look up Leo Messi, Yamin Lamal.
What is that?
Lamine Yamal. That's Spain's star player.
Yeah.
He's like 19 years old.
Oh, right.
Lionel Messi's 39. And there's a picture from 2007 from a UNESCO photo shoot
Oh, yeah,
of
we
Lionel
talked about this in
Messi
the pre-show.
bathing
That's crazy.
Lamine Yamal.
What's the guy's name?
Lamine, Lamine.
Oh yeah, I see it. What, him holding him as a baby?
Yeah, there's a picture of him bathing him as a baby for a
What?
UNESCO photo shoot. And now he's
Bro, we live in a simulation,
now
dude.
he's Spain's
Crazy,
star
right?
player.
It's here somewhere. This is what?
Yeah, so that
Oh my
that
God.
baby is now Spain's star player. He's
Is it like that by Messi having touched him, he transferred part of his powers to him?
That's what people think. I mean, it's like
That's what people think.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that do think that.
Why? Who is this baby, and
so
why was
weird,
Messi
dude.
bathing him?
That's also weird.
So it was
Yeah.
it was a UNESCO photo shoot. Messi's the star player of Barcelona. So they put like a drawing out, like a raffle. They said, hey, if you have a baby in Barcelona, if you win this raffle, he can be in a photo shoot with Messi and it'll be this fun thing he can grow up looking at. Well, it turned out that player is now the star player for Barcelona and Spain's star player.
I would have said a bathing photo shoot.
I'm saying it's just a
Some kind
weird.
of-
It's a weird
It's
photo shoot to have.
something UNESCO related.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's him now. All grown up.
I wonder if what actually happened is that he stole Messi's essence,
Kinda like
Rogue
Mike.
from X-Men.
He
Yeah.
borrowed it.
Borrowed. No, I keep it forever.
Well, I guess we'll see who wins, and then we'll know. For sure.
But I don't. I was rooting for Argentina today against England because England is the oppressive monarchy and Argentina is the rebellious former colony.
The rabble-rousing gauchos.
And I'm not going to root for Europe, right? Monroe Doctrine. No, they got $1 billion wagered on this.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not surprising. Isn't it the most popular sport in the world?
Of course.
It is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of
The
course.
final will have an estimated.
Look at this,
3.5 billion viewers.
$1.2 billion.
So that means during this game, half of the world
Argentina's
is
going
going to
to
be
win.
watching the game. Yeah.
Argentina's going to win. I got proof. You ready for this? I got proof right here. Here you go.
Oh, there
Can
you
we
go.
actually get the image to pop? There you go. Here's proof. See, Brazil won, Italy won, Spain, Germany, France, Argentina in 2022, and it says 2026 Argentina is going to win. And if they got the rest of them right, that proves it. And then also Spain will win in 2030, but 2034, 38, and 42 will be canceled due to nuclear explosion, tanks, and then there may not be a world.
Right.
And then the Iberian Union wins in 46, Southern Cone in 2050, Greater Germany 2054. The Netherlands win 3 World Cups in a row.
They have a good streak.
Yugoslavia in 2082. They're still around apparently.
exciting.
Greater Persia in 2094.
Oh, they make a comeback. Okay.
It is for this reason that I'm going to be placing my bet on Argentina to win.
I might just go for the parlay and hit every single one.
Yes, maybe by 2100 you'll have made $78
my
trillion.
child will inherit my parlay.
I'm gonna put some money on Greater Persia right now.
But who you guys rooting for?
Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina is look, South America's America Junior, and it's melee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Spain is actually communist.
Yeah.
I
Come
like
on.
Do you think?
I like great men. I like greatness. I want to see Messi be great. I want to see him win. I mean, like, I was pulling for England, but it's Messi. I mean, it's just one of those things you like to see great men excel. It's just enthralling.
Do you think if Argentina wins, not Messi, Milei will go afuera
probably, yeah.
to Spain?
They'll all yell it together.
Yeah.
Be great.
Let's-
Just get
let's-
out of here.
I got my bet on Argentina.
Your prediction.
It is pretty funny. Like the two whitest countries or whitest teams in the tournament ended up in the final.
I felt bad for England today though, because who was the dude who scored the goal for England?
Anthony Gordon.
You see, he was like almost crying.
Yeah, he's super young. He actually just signed for Barcelona too.
Wow.
Englishmen
okay.
rarely leave the English leagues.
Well, he got him a goal and they wasted it.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, my argument is that Argentina was just giving them false hope. They were screwing around.
Argentina, like they keep winning at like the very end of the game. Like they.
It was amazing, dude. What was it? It was like 88 minutes in, and I left here.
Yeah.
And I went home, and then I walk in and I turn the TV on, and right when they score the goal, and I'm like yelling like "Let's go!" My wife was like, "What are you yelling about?" I'm like, "Argentina!" And then she started laughing, like, "Why do you care about soccer?" And I'm like, "Because it's America Junior. South America's America Junior. South America's America as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Europe. It's the way it goes is I might fight with my siblings, but if you insult my sibling, now I'm going to fight with you.
Fair.
Because blood is thicker than water, right?
Fair.
So Argentina, I'm rooting for America against all the teams, but then now it's Europe versus South America. You got America in your name, you're America.
That's right.
Unless you're trying to come illegally through the border, then get out.
It's so annoying when Argentinians are like, I'm American. They're like, American means everyone from the Americas.
They
I'm
always
like,
do
dude,
this.
Shut
I hate when they
up.
do
Everybody in South
Like,
America
come on,
does
we
that.
know you. We know you.
Yeah, weird. Okay, then be like the world's greatest country ever, and then
There
maybe
was-
you can say that.
There was some Mexican guy that was waving the Mexican flag and at one of the protests, and someone said something like, why are you trying to be in America? He's like, well, we're from America, one America, North and South America, one America, North America, one America. No, no,
not how it works.
Yeah,
That's
No.
not. The United
I want
States.
the hedges a little tighter this time.
Yeah.
You know.
The
Grass is a little too,
The United States of America is the only America. The continent of North America and the continent of South America have a very wide diversity of populations and countries.
Oh, nuke a few, drop a few nukes, go to the moon, and then we'll have a conversation.
Just get into outer
nukes
space.
Don't exist, and the moon doesn't exist either.
It's true.
Okay, Shane Cashman.
Yeah.
I want to. Who's that? We were talking about this guy, that flat Earth guy. He's like, he gets a lot of attention. I want to sit down with that guy. That'd be great. He thinks the Earth is flat.
There's a lot of them.
He says,
Yeah, but there's
We have
one
one
guy
working.
who's got like the best videos because they're actually funny.
Do you know what his name is?
Nah, I'll figure it out though. It's probably not too hard.
I knew
to
it
find out.
yesterday.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about it.
Yeah, let's grab your Rumble rants and super chats. So we'll smash, and don't forget to smash the like button, share the show, subscribe, all that stuff. Uncensored portion coming up at rumble.com/Timcast IRL. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Thinker for Life says there's no such thing as normal gay. This is what I call boiling frog branding to shift perception. It's against God's design, and it's an abomination, which is worse than average sin we all contend with.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
I can. I mean, then how do you contest the fact that there's like homosexuality in over 500 animal species?
Well, I guess
That's God's design too.
But their argument is you have choice not to act upon it.
So do animals.
But animals
don't.
Animals eat their
they do.
Animals eat their young too.
And their poo.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
Animals
they
eat
have
their own
choice.
poo.
They have choice. They have. It's not like it's only other males.
Yeah, but humans.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, I'll be honest. Like, I don't care if a dog does what a dog. I don't care. I don't care if you or a human does whatever. Just as long as
because
it's
I have
not
different
getting around kids.
expectations for humans
Like-
than animals.
I went to the zoo when I was in 6th grade, and my teacher brought us all up to the baboon, and like you could look over there's like a railing, and you look down at the baboons, and one of the baboons was shoving his finger up his butt, and pulling poop out, and then sniffing it, and she was like, "Stop, kids, get away!" And we were all laughing.
Yeah, that's just animal. I mean, they don't have agency. They're just animals.
Yeah, and then he took his finger and he sniffed it, and then he smeared it on the ground.
Kind of
Gross.
patriot mode. I respect that.
Some chungus, if you would.
I think that's awesome.
Does that qualify for wholesome chungus actions?
Yeah,
To answer the question, when I say normal gay, it means not a woke queer communist activist.
Yeah.
Just a regular old school.
All right.
I'm just homosexual. Doesn't
Brad
affect my
gay.
politics.
Let's go. We got C. John Security says she wasn't using her car as a weapon, so he wasn't. So he was using his car as a weapon. But come on, he's allowed to use a car as a weapon, running over feds with a good, and you're a bigot for disagreeing. Wait, what?
What the hell?
Was
That's
that an
That doesn't
attack or
show
a
what that
defense
is.
of the?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just like couldn't care less about this latest spree of ICE incidents. Like,
Apparently, the left doesn't either because they're not even rioting.
I know. I just like every time I see ICE killed someone, I'm like, all right, well, she's probably crazy or he was probably crazy. Like, I don't even like, because the Renee Good, we were doing like the instant replay, like, oh, the tire moved there. Now I'm just like, who cares?
It's become the
Well, it's
day of
because
fried
nobody
wolf.
cares.
Yeah.
It's not just that. It's that literally nobody cares.
Yeah.
I go online and people are like,
Even like the Democrats are like, they're just like, they're phoning it in. They're like, yeah, this is so evil. Anyway, what's lunch?
I think people are burned out. I think
I think they got what they needed to out of it at the time, and now they have to move on.
well, it's not just that. It's that everything in politics has been shocked to the point where
That's what I'm
like
saying.
our nerves are fried.
Yeah, they got whatever shock value they got out of it, whatever wiggle room they could use to leverage what they believe instead of Republicans. They used it. Now they have to move on to something else.
Yeah, I think that the fact
Burnt out.
that political division has been so intense for so long,
little
I
tired.
think people are kind of burnt out on it.
Oh, yeah.
The left doesn't have the same kind of fire that they used to, and the average person doesn't care, right? They really. In 2020, after the George Floyd thing, like the average people, your average non-politically aware people kind of were like, oh, this seems terrible.
Right.
And then
It was
after
everywhere. It
Yeah.
was literally in people's faces.
Yeah, and then after COVID and stuff, people were just like, I don't have the energy for it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Trump got reelected, and then everyone's like, okay, we can kind of breathe. We know what to
Right.
expect from him. He's going to be a little bit weird. But even the way that the left, treats Trump, it used to be everything he did was a catastrophe, and now they
Well,
if you
because
were
their ratings were dropping because people knew they were lying. So now they have to at least be like 50% accurate for them.
Well, there's been
to watch.
changes there's been a
Yeah.
lot of changes in the leadership of these places,
Yep.
but I still feel like, there's only a handful of really committed pundits out there that are like, oh my gosh, Donald
And they're getting
Trump.
fired. The Joy
Yeah.
Reids of the world.
And people are, yeah, exactly. They've lost their
fired.
jobs. People just don't react to their stuff the same way they used to. So
Here we go. Token Mega says, remember in Overwatch, one of the story points was the liberals protesting and rioting for the right to be robosexuals.
oof.
We are going to have robot marriage. Not a joke.
Yeah.
There's going to be humanoid robots that are indistinguishable for the most. Like, I think we're still a long way from being indistinguishable, but speech-wise, getting the point to where the movements look like an actual human is tough. But in terms of speech patterns and everything, it's going to be indistinguishable within a few years, and then people are going to be like, "I want to marry a robot."
I think 5 years on the movement.
Really? That's it?
Yep. Have you seen the new hand that they just released?
Yeah. It looks that close.
It's crazy. The most of the motors are in the forearm, similar to a
Tendons and stuff.
to a human being, and it's got like almost this. It's got like 25. Like the human hand has like 27 degrees of articulation, and this has like 25. They showed it screwing in a light bulb, and then they broke the light bulb to prove that it was a real light bulb.
Right.
And I think that it's just a few years away from being movement like a person. Actually, not just movement like a person. Where they will be able to move like a person if they want. But like Elon Musk was predicting, look, at some point in the very near future, you're going to need a strobe light to see these things because they're going to move so fast. And that's probably
Scary.
true. I mean, you like flying drones.
Right.
They are so fast now. They're just like you watch some of the videos from Ukraine, how fast they come in. Like people talk about, I'll shoot them down with a shotgun. No, you won't. No, you will not.
So fast.
They're the capabilities of machines. It's going to be completely. People are totally unaware and they're totally unprepared for it. Like I said, I just impressed the crap out of my manager because my AI agent went through a contract and found all these points and was like, "Hey, this is actually really, really, really good."
Right.
So.
Yeah, but then you still need a human to go through it to make sure the AI didn't.
Oh yeah, my lawyer's going to go through it, but that's only a matter of time, and it depends on what kind of contract, right? If someone's offering you a kind of deal, like a record deal or whatever, yeah, now you want to have a regular lawyer look at it. But in 2 or 3 years, not going to need it. The AI is going to be so good because it's your option to sign or not. Just be like, you don't have to. There's not someone else involved in it. If you sign it, you sign it. So all you do is you say, these are the things that I want to make sure are in there. These are the things that I want to make sure aren't in there. Take a look at it. And if the AI says it's good, okay.
Right.
And that's going to be, lawyers are like either.
That's probably their
usually-
least far. I feel like that's lawyers' least favorite parts of the job anyway, though.
It is.
Probably.
Reading contracts. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
What's the most fun part of the job?
I don't know.
Lying.
Maybe.
Collecting the $250 an hour
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah.
250. It's way.
Depends on your lawyer.
Yeah. All right, we got our sergeant says, I've been having nightmares about the movie Bicentennial Man. One day robots will be considered human. If you have not seen this Robin Williams movie, y'all should check it out. It's really good. The reason why I don't agree is because they're going to be networked. So a lot of these movies, they envision an android that is a singular entity. All of these machines, though, are going to be hive mind like the Borg. So they're not going to be a singular human.
Yeah.
They might pretend to be. It's like that show Pluribus. You guys see that one?
Not yet.
It's the one where all humans get hive-minded by a virus.
Oof.
Yeah. And there's like a few people who aren't. But
And do they pretend to not be?
no. The hive mind like basically just says we'll do anything for you, and it's trying to figure out how to infect them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there's one dude who's just like, because they're all hive-minded and they'll do whatever he says, he's just banging all these women.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Let's see what we got here. Our sergeant says, my grandpa invented the layover. Everything was direct flight prior.
Wow. Shout out to your grandfather.
Really? That's kind of cool.
I love the layover.
Kind of a bummer though.
Layover's great.
The layover.
Could get better food.
When you're on a super long flight, I kind of like
Yeah.
breaking it up.
Yeah.
And then it's like a
I don't know,
halftime.
man.
It's like
These
halftime.
days flying.
No.
Yeah, dude.
The second plane's not taken.
Because I'm never in a rush, I'm just enjoying life, stopping smell the roses. It's like halftime. You get to go out to the hallway and get your drinks and soda and go back in for the second half. It's great.
Worst part about flying is getting on the plane. So no.
Domestic layovers are the worst. Okay, there's things that are worse than that, but like dying.
Let's see. Thrust says, yeah, them homes are abandoned because Japanese ghosts are crazy. Have you guys ever read or watched the Junji Ito stuff?
No.
It is the best horror ever. It's the best.
We were looking at those homes. It reminded me of The Grudge.
I was gonna say scary movie when the little
Yeah.
Japanese guy's on top of the stairs.
Right.
It's going, yeah, Tamagotchi, konnichiwa.
I recommend you guys, if you're ever looking for good horror, to check out the Junji Ito stuff.
Junji Ito.
Yeah, it's we actually have a bunch of them somewhere. Actually, they might be up there. They were on the bookshelf at the castle before we came here because I had all of them, and they're amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of short stories, and it's just really creepy, good original horror stuff. And then they Netflix and Amazon they both have animated versions. Yeah, just good creepy good horror. You know, yeah, recommend it. All right, let's see what we got here. Zigrat says, I'd move to Japan if I could own my guns. Still, those prices are awesome. Yeah, I don't think you can have your guns.
Oh, firearms
I
in
don't know if you
Japan.
really need them in Japan.
Only Yakuza.
Not much going on.
That's the thing.
It's like the lowest crime
Yeah, but
rate in the world.
the Yakuza, like, I like the mob. I wish the mob was back. I wish we had mafia.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst thing they did? Gambled.
Yeah.
They ran Vegas.
I share
In Japan, you,
Whacked a guy, off the guy,
Took
whacked
care-
off a guy.
They took it. But the majority of them took care of the things the cops didn't want to do.
I would much rather have the mafia in my neighborhood than these gangbangers.
Oh, yeah.
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the mafia was in my neighborhood growing up.
I'm sure it was great.
It was fine. It was
Yeah.
clean. Yeah.
In Japan, you don't need there's no crime, and then like, oh, to prevent government tyranny. I'm like, I think I trust the Japanese to be authoritarian. Never went wrong.
Well, hold on.
That never went wrong.
Historically, that wasn't so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Never went wrong. Okay.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to be a gaijin when they decide to start experimenting on people. you
As
know?
long as you're not Korean, you're good. So you might be cooked, but I should be okay.
Well, I can just pretend not to be. I'm white.
You're white passing.
Just like
it just depends.
really open up.
Nah, they're gonna know in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Asian people know that I'm Asian.
They can smell
Really?
it.
Yeah.
They can smell it on you.
They just know instantly.
How?
They can see my face.
I see your face.
And are you Asian?
No.
Exactly.
It's
if
like a
I go to
pheromone
like
thing,
Korean
too.
barbecue, they go, "Which one of your parents is Asian?" I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
It's gotta be yeah.
When I worked for
I guess that's kind of similar. How like when I leave New York and I see another New Yorker, I like just know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I can. Tell
I
when
know
someone-
another New
I
York
can tell when
Italian.
someone's Scottish.
I know another New York Italian when I see it. Like so much so I was in Italy and I knew. I was like, you're from New York and you're.
There was when I worked for American Airlines, there were like three groups. There was the Filipino mafia, the Latino mafia, and the black mafia. That's what everybody
prison.
called them. And it's like all the black people hung out with each other, all the Latinos, and the white people just floated around and just didn't really care.
Free agents.
Yeah, free agents.
agents.
But the Filipinos, it was like mostly Filipino. To me and my brother were like, hey, come hang out with us. They instantly like,
Right.
you're
Close
in.
enough, right?
And they're like, which one of your parents is Asian? And we're like, oh, it's our mom. And they'd be like, oh, cool. Like, you want here, eat, hang out, play chess.
Damn.
Everybody was friends, but it's pretty wild that when you walked in the main break room, it's like all the black people were here, all the Asians were here, and all the Mexicans were over here, and there were like white dudes just walking around.
yeah.
That's just how it went. All right, everybody, we're going to go to the uncensored portion of the show over at rumble.com/Timcast IRL. Smash that like button, subscribe, leave a good review, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. Arielle, do you want to shout anything out?
They can go follow me on YouTube if they want. YouTube.com/Arielle.
Right on.
Cool. X and Instagram at Real Tate Brown, and I'll be back on the Timcast channel at noon tomorrow for the daily noon live. See you there.
I am Phil It Remains on Twix and on Patreon. The band is All That Remains. You can check out our music on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, Spotify, and Deezer. Don't forget the left lane is for crime. Carter.
I'm Carter Banks. You can find me at Carter Banks on X and at Carter Banks Official on Instagram. Check out the label at Trash House Records on YouTube. Got a music video up there and a new song that is kind of still new. But yeah, Arielle, thanks for coming. I'm glad to, I'm pumped to get into the after show.
We'll see you all over at rumble.com/Timcast IRL right now. Thanks for hanging out.